Diz pra minha mãe que eu vou atrás do meu sonho e ele não tá tão distante assim. Lembro das noites perdidas de sono. Acredita, foi o melhor pra mim. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da LBFF. Brota na frente que vai pro esquece. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da LBFF. Brota na frente que vai pro esquece.
A decolagem foi autorizada. Vou quebrar caldo, dominar o território. Com inteligência, em qualquer mapa. Kalahari, bermuda ou purgatório. Qualquer erro é fatal. Leva ao rebaixamento. Ser pra player na distância. Dedicação 100%. Objetivo é a taça e pulseira. MVP, o brabo da galera. Ser campeão da Liga Brasileira. Presencial, todo mundo na espera. Acredita no sonho, você pode vencer. Um vende a milho, outro era gari. Hoje tão na LB. Não vai faltar empenho, nem paciência. Na persistência, de cá com a essência.
Diz pra minha mãe que eu vou atrás do meu sonho e ele não tá tão distante assim. Lembro das noites perdidas de sono. Acredita, foi o melhor pra mim. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da LBFF. Brota na frente que vai pro esquece.
We are live for the sixth round of LBFF Season 6. We get 1/3 of the competition done, and we get to see which teams will be better, will be on the top of the table after 24 maps played for each of the 18 teams in LBFF Season 6. And of course, I'm not by myself in this beautiful Sunday in the city of São Paulo. By my side is my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell. How you doing, Carol?
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy today because we have LBFF, like Marcelo said, in this hot Sunday. And what is more hot? It is our competition that is getting very interesting, especially because yesterday we had the start weekend with Group C leading the weekend, the home team, and today they have a double round, so they will come again to contest the top one, especially because the table yesterday, Marcelo, closed very tight.
They close very tight, and we will have the two teams that are on the top of the standings, two of the three teams that are on the top of the standings fighting to be the leader of LBFF Season 6, as you guys see on the standings. Team Coda Solid surprisingly took the lead on the last map of yesterday on Bermuda. They had an amazing map of Bermuda, took the first place, but Loud and Fluxo still play today. Team Coda Solid has 24 maps played already, but Loud, Fluxo, and Tropa still doesn't. So they will be on the servers to try and get that first place from Team Coda Solid, Metagaming, and before as well. 5 teams with the possibility to take that leadership from Team Coda Solid, Carol.
Yes, exactly. And like you said, today we are going to bring new teams that belong to the Group B. And if yesterday Group A and Group C surprised us, today it's going to be the very good opportunity for the teams that are close to the relegation zone to climb up in our table, especially because, Marcelo, today is the only day they will gonna play, so they have the mission to be good today, because, you know, it is go big or go home for them.
And there were some dudes going big yesterday indeed, as such as Killed, and we got to check out the kill leaders rankings for you guys to understand what's going on. Vitinho also went big yesterday, and he took the first place on the standings from Cias, from MTS. However, he will not be playing today. Killed, Cias, Lost, MTS, those guys will be played today. And what Killed did yesterday was impressive, Carol.
Was definitely amazing, especially because considering actually that he's a newcomer this season, he's in a very well position. And like we commented yesterday before the end of the matches, the end of the day actually, it is really good to see new faces in the kill leaders, even though we enjoy see the battle against Cias and MTS, and also K1 will be playing today again. So our kill leaders will be a little bit different by the end of the day, Marcelo. I got this feeling.
Probably will be different indeed. And we have Flux, we have Loud, we have Tropa, we have before, we have Metagaming fighting for the top of the standings, and you guys need to check out which teams will be playing, because we have some more stories to tell here today. as we have Before and Furia and Loud and Metagaming and Real Esports and Tropa fighting for Group C. 4 of that teams fighting for the top of the standings, but Furia and Real still on the bottom of the table. They want to do better today against the teams from Group B. Amazon Creeps, XD, Netshoes Miners, they are fighting against Furia and Real for the bottom of the standings. However, Fluxo still fighting to get to the leadership. SS Esports had an amazing week last weekend, so they can come back to the fight. Los Grandes as well did good last weekend. They can come back as well for that fight on the top of the standings. So it's important for us to know that this day is representing the bottom and the top of the table, because everything can happen today, Carol.
Yes, well said, Marcelo. So today we are going to have 2 different scenarios. If yesterday the teams were fighting over the top 1, the top 5, today the teams will definitely fight to be inside of the top 12. So we have to watch closely, especially because we have lots of newcomers in Group B, and it is crucial for them to have a nice day. Otherwise, they will be sent all the way back to the Serie B again.
And now we're seeing the gaming houses of the players. We see Amazon Creeps, all the guys on the couch. Still a modest gaming house. However, guys are doing their best to improve, to increase what they can do with their organization. Fluxo with the players on their rooms. And please, Carol, point out what you wanted to point out.
Notice most of the teams are in their game houses, but Netshoes Miners, they concentrated themselves in an office, the office of Netshoes, which is the brand that they represent. So I think it is good to be at home where you feel way more comfortable, but it is also for them to be in a place that they are not at home, because when get the time for them to play in presential grounds, they will be already with a different feeling. So I think it is work for both sides very good.
I'm a gaming office guy, because I believe that the guys should have the tightness of friends, of the friendship and all of that. But I believe that bringing that office and going to work thing to the concentration helps a little bit. However, we still have to talk about something about work, Carol. We have to talk about what do I have to do to go back to the top of our FF Squad League. The Kisters League is on the screen for you guys. Tauna is leading. Folha is on the 2nd place. Folha is doing well. And if you turn this page around, me and you are topping the standings.
Well, consider that last weekend I was in the 5th position where Camelota is right now. I really did bad this weekend. So, Marcelo, I hope that my choices from yesterday will pay me back, because we do need to go back to at least top 5, right?
No, this weekend, I'm taking the 7th place from you.
And I hope I go back all the way to the 5th place at least, because if we have the table, our standings for the players, we also have the standings for the casters, right?
But so I'm cursed. You know I'm cursed. Yesterday, I casted the coach from Bonji, and that was the worst day from Bonji in all LBFF. So those are the players that are the most selected. Will is in my team, and Godkill is in my team.
Yeah, the same for me, but I'm very surprised to see Cias over there in the top 5, because he's definitely the most expensive one. I was about to say that he cost like 257, and I was like, I want to Cias because he does really a good job, but also he's very expensive. So every weekend, Marcelo, I spend so much money in my first squad that when I go to the second one, I don't know.
You know what I did yesterday?
What you did?
I cast Killed,
Great.
took him off, and put Gusta from Furia.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Was Killed that expensive? I don't quite remember.
It was 120, 110, something like that.
And he's going to be expensive now.
Now
so
he's going to be expensive.
What about it,
I
Marcelo?
cast him, I took him off, and I put Gusta. Gusta did, I don't know, maybe 10 points, and Killed had 17 kills.
Such a shame.
I'm mad. You don't know how mad I am. You don't figure out how mad I am. However, two teams that are indeed mad for this season are two former champions that are coming to try and take one more title from LBFF, and we are talking about Fluxo and SS Esports. Fluxo now with 201 points against 169 from SS Esports, 4 booyahs for Fluxo, 1 for SS Esports, 83 kills for Fluxo, 75 for SS Esports, and Fluxo got on the top 3 6 out of 18 times, while SS Esports did it 7 out of 18 times. However, Fluxo did it 4 times with a booyah. Carol, although this difference in points seem a little big, we know that SS Esports joined the fight last week. They didn't come to play on the first 2 weeks. This is the actual first, that was the actual first week that they were indeed playing like SS Esports. And they're getting dangerous once again.
Definitely, and actually, Fluxo team looks very strong season after season, and that's how they go. That's how they flow, right? But like you said, SS Sports, they joined the fight last weekend, and there is something that we can expect more coming from SS Sports. Last season, they start really good, and that's why we keep getting a little bit in shock with them. But we also saw that Fluxo team didn't start very well that last season, but then they turned the table and they start to be one of the best ones. So that's the ups and downs that we can expect it from teams that are more that have more pressure on. We know that the biggest crowns goes to Fluxo, Loud, SS Sports, right now Tropa. So it's okay have ups and downs, but to keep it up with the game, it is the most important. Come next weekend to fix your mistakes and put a better strategy.
And it's important to say, Carol, SST Sports for the first time repeating their players, their main core, their lineup 2 seasons in a row, right?
Yes.
With Phoenix, Jubinha, MTS, and Butch on. This is the first time SST Sports kept their core for the next season, and that maybe is one of the things that makes SSE Sports more dangerous coming up to the end of the season, right?
Yes, exactly. And especially because they always come season after season with a squad very prepared. Even though they are sticking with the same players, they brought Seinomi, which is no name guy, and he's trying to adapt to himself. He's a newcomer. He's trying to adapt himself to this new season. And I think after this big jump of SS Sports in their improvement, how they increase it so much better, they probably will have a better matches, Marcelo.
Do you know who else will have better matches?
What?
Us, because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R6D1 heading straight to Purgatory, this is your captain, Marcelo Fiorentini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
So let's head to our first destination of the matches today, Marcelo, because we are dropping in Purgatory. Thank you for this nice rotation of the airplane, and let's focus on the teams that are fighting over the top. We know that Fluxo team will definitely come back to contest the first place, but we also have to watch close the best guys of yesterday, who was Tropa team.
Let's see how they will perform this Sunday, but we have already the team of Tropa located by the edge of the rivers, and we have already the first blood.
Wow.
Netshoes Miners going for the Furia squad and getting the first blood, and Amazon Crips going for Shizde, also getting a kill. The teams that are in direct fights to leave the relegation zone and to leave the access group zone are going at each other to start the day. We have Shizde losing Luignet already, and we had also Furia losing Gusta already, and I'm glad that Gusta was casted in my FF squad yesterday and not today, because it's tough to lose a player with 1.5 minutes in game, Carol.
Definitely it is, Marcelo, and I'm just checking what it is the favorite drop calls for Amazon Creeps and She's Dead to really have the confirmation that both of them came for each other. So Amazon Creeps in Purgatory, especially they went 4 times in Fields, once in Campsite and once in Forge. And She's Dead, they go to Brasilia and Ski Lodge. So maybe during the rotation of Amazon Creeps, they kind of met with She's Dead, which explains that their fight in the bottom of the table, and maybe She's Dead took advantage of it.
Maybe they took advantage of it indeed. And Netshoes Miners and Furia are two teams that usually meet each other. We historically have this confrontation going on. And this time, it seems that Netshoes Miners were prepared.
Ouch.
And Broilo just puts Bielgod to the floor. Bielgod is now in a need of some help. Memgod is a little ahead of him over there and probably will not be able to help his teammate. As we see Brenin also going for the players from Amazon Creeps. Those two fights keep happening.
They keep it happening, Marcelo. And do you remember when we talk about the bridge strategy is not working so good for your team, right?
It's not indeed happening well for Furia, as we see the players from Netshoes Miners trying to approach, and Memgod just put to the floor and found the kill on Rick. Good return to play from Memgod. Good comeback, good turnabout right there from Memgod. But now Broilo puts Memgod down. The grenades from Bielgod are coming. Natividade uses the chrono to survive. And we already having good fights to start the day. Bielgod taking lots of damage because Natividade just rushed and is now trying to get behind Bielgod, but he saw Natividade going after him, but not Broilo. Him and Natividade just take down Bielgod, and now Furia is in a predicament because they only have Hatin to survive, and Hatin has only an inch of life left, and he has nothing left to do because he is gone, and so is Furia, the first team wiped out in this Sunday, Carol.
What a surprise. Fury team going back to the lobby in the very bottom position. 0 points for position, but 1 point for killing, right? Because they took out Rick out of the game. But even though that's very bad, 1 point for them that didn't have a best day yesterday, even though they got at least 2 matches kind of good points.
They did well.
Yeah, they did. They did well. They did okay. But starting the day again in the bottom position, it's awful.
But Carol, I'd like you to guess which player from Netshoes Miners is in my FF squad.
Rick.
No.
No.
Bill. He's not even in the game.
Oh, dang it, Marcelo. You can get it right.
No, but I was expecting that. I just hope that Bill gets subbed in by the second or third map. He was cheap on FF squad, so that was a bet that he would come in and make his actual debut for Netshoes Miners, playing 4-3 maps and getting some kills and giving me some points. I'm a better.
Yes, you definitely is. But I was checking actually.
I'm a beater.
Talking about the casts in our FF squad, when a player is very cheap, it's because they don't play too much, right?
Yeah.
Throughout the rounds. But
only Will is not like that. Will and God Q.
Right? I don't understand why.
Will and God Q are cheap players that are usual starters and who always play, and I don't know why.
And actually, Brabox as well. He is not a starter, but he comes eventually during the matches. But it's not like Pale that plays like once, you know.
It's because they are usual substitutions.
Right.
Will usually goes out to Brabox for Brabox to come in, and God Q usually goes out for No Brew to come in. So those 4 players are kinda all four of them are cheap.
Yes, but I was checking our casts for the teams today, and there was one specifically team that started with Tropa. Tropa yesterday that had a better squad with D3 decided to start today with Spill, and that's okay because Spill, we know that he's the double vector guy and he does really a good job in the rush, in the frontliner. But do you think like it is better to start with the best squad?
I think that Tropa plays Spill and D3 as role players. In Bermuda and Purgatory, they play Spill in Purgatory they kind of balance between Spill and D3, but D3 is a player for Kalahari, a sniper, a good sniper, a player that puts pressure from afar, and Spill is a guy ready to lead the charge, lead the rush on maps that call for the rush a little bit more. So I think it's okay for them to balance this, as we see Gus taking Kronos to the floor, and now Los Grandes is trying to go after the players from Loud, but K1 just put him to his place and sent him to the ground, and now MVR is the one leading the charge with Mamuchi, but Mamuchi was sent down once again by K1. The grenades from K1 are doing an amazing job right here, trying to hold on, and now he puts Gus to the floor once again. Three takedowns for K1, and now Noda is leading the charge, going after Cebolinha, but Cebolinha puts Kronos to the floor. K1 is trying to come over and help his teammates, and he was able to do it with the help of Noda. Loud sends Los Grandes back to the lobby, but they lost the Warlock, they lost Kronos, Carol.
Yeah, exactly. Even though they got a squad wipe over Los Grandes team, which makes me very angry right now, because I cast their coach as my coach, my FF squad today. But Loud got a squad wipe very good with Noda and Will, both with 2 kills. But unfortunately, they lost an important play, which is Kronos, that does a good job with his snipers or even long distance fights. Maybe will be a little bit difficult for them to get a Booyah, which they are already used to get in the very first maps in Purgatory.
And I gotta say, you know who is my coach? Dog Black. At least I casted my coach right. Netshoes Miners won the fight against Furia.
Yeah, you got it right for this time, Marcelo, but we know that you are the kiss of death for yourself.
I am the jinx.
You are the jinx for yourself.
I am the jinx.
But right now, Marcelo, even though Loud got the squad wipe over Los Grandes, they are doing the exactly same strategy they did yesterday. Trying to avoid early fights, playing out of the safe zone, and get a late rotation, which we know...
Edging the safe zone, right?
Yes, which we know is not always one of the best decisions. But right now it seems right, because they are very close of it, right?
And I like this movement from the safe zone, leaving Brasilia, forcing teams like before, Tropa, SS Esports, Metagaming to move, and that makes us close to fights that we were supposed to have at the end of the game. And now we see Fluxo well positioned by the campsite. They have a good positioning in this movement of the safe zone. Let's see if they get some teams in the middle of their rotations, and that's what we were talking about. Metagaming and before in the middle of their rotation, Prozin puts Trax to the floor. Ian sends 2 players back to the lobby, and wow! Metagaming, wow! 3 kills for Ian! And now Metagaming sends B4 back to the lobby with only 2 points. 1 for kills and 1 for position. And Metagaming is coming for the top of the standings, as so as before.
Definitely, Marcelo. They had this fight with Fluxo team, right?
Another fight for the top of the standings might happen right off, Carol. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, because Tropa had an incredible day yesterday. Giga, Killed, Moreira, and Spill and D3 played awesome yesterday, but it seems to me that Tropa chose not to fight. Killed was left for the front line to get the informations on the Metagaming players, and the rest of the team took off and will not fight for now, Carol.
Not for now. They are still studying their grounds, but we gotta point it out that they are the door holders. And Metagame, it's also the door holders, but a team that rotation through Brasilia have to come first for Metagame and then Tropa, but Metagame can find themselves in a sandwich, especially because right now they are down to 3. But as I was saying before, we thought we were going to watch a big battle, because it would be a big battle between these two teams. An important battle, exactly. Meta had a nice dispute with Fluxo team last weekend, a temporary dispute over the leadership, right, of our table. And
now we have Broilo cosplaying as Akira. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I had to say.
Cosplay as what?
Akira.
Akira, nice.
You don't know Akira?
No, I don't.
It's an old anime manga, one of the longest mangas in the history of Japanese comic books. And the dude uses a motorcycle just like that.
Cute. Nice. I gotta learn more about the animes because of most of the players like animes. But anyway, so maybe Meta Game will again get into the fight over the top against Fluxo team. Who knows? But today is not only Fluxo team. It is Tropa. It is Loud. So a lot of stuff will happen today, and also as Esports. Important teams that are fighting over the top are playing here today, Marcelo.
And we have an important day. As we said yesterday, when we end the day today, we will have all the teams with 24 maps played. So we'll have the actual picture of how the standings are drawn, which teams are fighting for the top, which teams are fighting for the bottom. At the end of the day today, we will have that picture correctly, as we see Fluxo trying to get a few shots on the players from Loud coming up to inside of the safe zone. And we know that Loud is currently with only 3 players. They lost Kronos, and fighting from afar is now not the best choice for them. So let's check out how they will fare off against the players from Fluxo. As we see also, she's there trying to hold the door for the players of SS Esports, trying to take some points from SS Esports. Let's see if that will be good for them.
And she's there, Marcelo, actually is doing a better job today, where they are prioritizing position. They are still down to 3, which is very bad. Lignette, their support, is back in the lobby, and seems like they are engaging against SS.
They are engaging against SS Esports with Angelo doing his part as a sniper. Debzada also using their sniper rifle, trying to find the heads of the players from SS Esports. Let's see if they will get this rush. And we know that SS Esports playing in the rush is really dangerous, and they forced Shizde to leave the trailer that they were in. And now the battle goes on. Phoenix puts Bren into the floor, but SS Esports also put a player to the floor. MTS puts Debzada down with a grenade. One more from him, trying to get the players from Shizde. Debzada and Angelo are on the trailers, trying to hold on, and Debzada goes down once again with a grenade from MTS!
Wow.
He finds the target and sends Shizde back to the lobby with only a single grenade.
Wow.
The runner-up for the MVP last season is back and taking aims.
Wow.
Tropa is sent down in a fight with Fluxo. Got killed with 1 kill and Fuck with another, putting down the players from Tropa. And now we have 7 teams, 23 players still standing, while the fire is being sent towards the players from Fluxo. Autoboot also trying to get some shots. Autoboot is in my FF squad, so please get me some kills. Oh, he got a kill, but he was killed by Godkill, who is also in my FF squad. He was taken down by Godkill, who is also in my FF squad, but Fon is over there to it was Tattoo over there to help him get up. And now Master goes down because Japa just sent him to the floor. Now we see Godkill using the sniper rifles, the AWM, to try to break the ice. He is fighting against the players from Real, trying to get the points for Fluxo. 16 minutes of game already played. The grenades from Amazon Creeps coming and taking down Young. Metagaming having trouble to deal with the Amazon Creeps. The Amazonians are trying to leave the dangerous spot, the dangerous 16th place in the tables. And now they are rotating. They got a kill on the players from Metagaming. They lost a player, and now they need to be inside of the safe zone. Godkill puts PH to the floor with the AWM. Now Noda is trying to go over Phoenix. It takes Phoenix down, and it's not a Phoenix down from Final Fantasy, so he will not be revived. Noda sends Phoenix to the lobby. PH puts Kawan down with a grenade, and Kawan is sent back to the lobby as well. MTS is taking aims, as we see Will trying to prepare for the next rush. Natividade sends Tattoo back to the lobby, and Metagaming are wiped out. Natividade once again putting Autoboot back to the lobby with the grenade launcher. 6 kills for the Netshoes Miners. They are trying to take some of the players from Real over there, and they wipe out Real. No! Cias and got killed, took those kills, and put Fluxo in a good position. Fluxo now has 4 players, 5 teams, and 11 players still on the game. 3 from Netshoes Miners, 4 from Fluxo, and then we have 2 from Loud, 1 from SS Esports, and 1 from Amazon Crips. Vinhal still alive, keeping Amazon Crips on the run. And we see Japa BKR trying to find the shots on the players from Netshoes Miners. Fak, he is advancing for Fluxo. Fluxo has the numbers advantage. And Natividade sends Japa BKR down, but Vinhal was sent back to the lobby by the gas. And Amazon Grips is down to God! Kill! What did you do, God Kill? Incredible shot with the AWM. Broilo sends CS down. SS Esports is back on the lobby. Now the Netshoes Miners have 2 players fighting against 2 players from Fluxo. But those 2 players are fucking in God Kill. God Kill is down. Field gets the kill. Now it's only 1-on-1. Field versus Fuck. Who will take this game? Who will take this game? Fields open up. Fuck tries to use the ice to protect himself. 1-on-1. Both players with the double vectors. Now Fuck is going over Field. Tries to take it down. And it's a booyah! Fluxo! What a match! What an ending of match! A 1-on-1 battle straight up between Fluxo's Fak and Netshoes Miners Field. Both players got the double vector. A Wild West face-off, as we love to see here in LBFF, to give us a dose starting this Sunday in an amazing point, Carol.
Nice start for Fluxo team in this double round 4 Group C, but Fluxo, who is starting belonging to the Group B, getting the first booyah. I mean, the first booyah in Purgatory, their first one in Purgatory, and the 5th one in the competition. Starting really good, and they started with the same squad that they came this season. God Kill, Fak, Cias and Japa BKR, and is working so good so far, Marcelo. They finished this round with 10 kills, which is a lot of kills for them, and 12 points for position, amount of 22, right? 12 points, 22.
And of course, Carol, we have a new leader.
Oh,
we have
yeah,
a new leader
indeed.
in LBFF. We are going to have the confirmation of the points coming up on the screen for you guys, and I'm happy. I'm really happy right now, because we see the MVP was Fak, but he was not alone over there.
Of course.
Netshoes Miners has 18 points. My coach is Netshoes Miners, so he has 18 points for him.
Happy also because my coach, it is Nabozi of Metagame. So at least so far, Marcelo, we had good choice for coaches.
Our coaches are doing okay today. SS Esports, we talked about how they lifted up their games last week, and now they are doing it good. And God Kill is MVP as well. Let's go. Let's go.
Good,
that was a good match for me. And now we have Loud, who had an incredible start of the day yesterday, having troubles after they lost Kronos. And we saw yesterday Loud trying the setup with 3 rushers and no sniper when they took off Kronos and brought Bravox to the line. They had trouble. They could not perform well.
Kronos would be crucial for this final moments, as we saw God Q doing a good job with the snipers. Kronos would do the same.
And then we have Real, who yesterday had an awful day. Now with 6 points, important 6 points for them. She's there. Tropa before Los Grandes, and the last team was Furia, and it's the red light is on for Furia right now.
Definitely, they are in the red light. A big name in our competitive scenario, Furia team, right now in the relegation.
In esports in general.
In the esports in general, exactly. So it's such a shame for them not having a good season in LBFF, not bringing back that aggressiveness that they had. But I even took some notes of this first match, Marcelo, and I put, of course, in first of all, MTS grenades over XD, which was amazing. We still are watching this great meta game that they are bringing with the grenades, the snipers, and the Saitamas.
May I interrupt you for a second?
Please.
Cal1 with the grenades as well. Taking Los Grandes as a whole with the grenades. We are seeing some players that we know that are amazing players getting even better with the usage of grenades. MTS, Cal1, Cias, Nativa. Those players are getting such a highlight with this new grenade metagaming, Carol.
And we know that bring them, maybe that's an explanation why they are on the run for the kill leaders, because grenades bring them a lot of kills at the same time. So we saw that MTS got 3 kills over the XD team because of one single grenade. And also I took notes of Real, like you said, they went down in the 7th position, but they could fit their game in the late stage, right? Naturals Miners, who were the runner-up for this last match, and the last player of Amazon Crips. Amazon Crips this time, they managed to at least get in the late stages of the game, Marcelo.
And let's check out how this match changed up our standings.
Wow.
Fluxo is ahead. Fluxo finished last week in the top of the top of the standings, but important game from Netshoes Miners as well, getting some distance between them and the relegation zone. But Metagaming getting to the 5th position, important for Metagaming because now they are actually on the run. They are they're 25 points behind Fluxo with 5 maps to play. It's really doable. SS Esports getting to the run as well in the 8th position, and we're starting to get the picture of which teams will be actually fighting for the top. I can see this week ending with Team Coda Solid and Bonji in the 8th and 9th position. I don't think that they will finish this week in a good position, Carol.
Yes, and Marcelo, notice again the Loud and Fluxo fighting once again for the champ, to be the champions of the season. The points in general are different, but it's still possible for Loud to reach the points of Fluxo. But look at the points of the Buia. Fluxo team once again get advantage of that. Loud eventually will come down to 5 again. And we know this the tiebreakers, Buia and Kills. Buia is the first one, Kills is the second one, and Loud is still winning for 3 points ahead of Fluxo. So it is kind of funny to see how tied they are in a lot of things, but at the same time a difference. And seeing that 2 new teams, Tropa and Metagame, coming to contest also the top 3 together with Team Coda Solid to change the scenario of Loud and Fluxo, it is very interesting for me at least.
And one thing I have to point out about the bottom of the standings, check out Amazon Crips, Food and Real Esports. Amazon Crips now has the least kills throughout the whole LBFF with 32 kills. However, they are outside of the relegation zone because they are doing the late stages of the match game. They are going for the late game. They are keeping themselves safe and they are getting points for positions. That is so important for Amazon Crips that with the least kills in LBFF season 6, they are 11 points ahead of Furia. That between those 3 teams are the team they are the team with the most kills. What does it show? Furia is going for the fights early in the game, and that is not working out for them. They get a few kills, they get their numbers up, however, they lose key players, and in their next fight, they are sent back to the lobby. And when you look at Real is trying to do what Amazon Crips does, but they get into weird fights all over the place.
Right, weird fights. That's how we can explain, because it is weird fights.
They get into weird fights all over the place, and that doesn't help them get to a good positioning, and that doesn't help them get kills. So in 19 maps played already for Real Esports, they didn't get to 100 points.
Yes, and I couldn't agree more what you said about Furia, because bringing a new squad, even though you can count with the experience of Mem God and BL God, bringing 3 other players new for the season and not still connect to fit their game with the other 2 players, it is kind of dangerous to engage in early fights. And Marcelo, we know Fury team for their aggressiveness, right? And I wasn't picturing that to see them in the bottom of our table and actually in the left side with the best of the best teams.
And we are going to see what the best of the best teams will do after a quick break, because we need to hydrate, because it's really hot in São Paulo today.
Yes.
So we need to take a breather, and we'll be right back after a quick break. Yes, I'm indeed engaging against Corinthians under those oil rigs throughout the map, and now Napon is trying to find the shots. He chose to throw a grenade to nowhere, and now he is having to deal with the whole Corinthians squad repositioning and getting the high ground. But Bob has an even higher ground to fight with Brokofé by there, and the Bao puts a player down from Corinthians, but Brokofé had no one to help him. Vini Axel gets the first blood on the players from Corinthians, and Team Solo Mid sends Corinthians back to Itaquera. We are back live, and we're heading to the second map of the day, Kalahari. The desert will be waiting for us as soon as possible. However, Carol, we have to talk about teams that are really good in Kalahari are going to the top of the standings. You see, starting this weekend, we had Fluxo as the best team in Kalahari with 82 points. We had Los Grandes with 80 points. Los Grandes turning Kalahari into their home in the desert. Team Coda Solid in the third position. SS Esports in the fourth position, and Metagaming in the fifth position. So the top five is as a whole fighting for the top of the standings, with the exception of Los Grandes.
Yeah, like I said, today we are going to have the fight over the top one, but not only that, you are just bringing the information of the best teams are playing today. The best teams in Kalahari are playing today, so we are going to watch a fight, a Lions fight, right? And actually, SS Sports, for example, they had an expressive dominance over Kalahari map last weekend when they got one of the best booyahs this season so far, only behind of
18 kills.
Yes. So in general, last weekend with the booyah in Kalahari, SS Sports got an amount of 76 points. So we can definitely wait a great match in Kalahari for them, which they were not that bad in Purgatory in the first match of today. So let's see what they will bring for us in Kalahari this time, Marcelo.
Let's see what we will have in Kalahari. And do you expect Fluxo to keep this dominance that we are watching? Fluxo, every time Fluxo comes into play, they get at least a booyah. They are averaging 1 booyah per day played. They're getting to their 24 maps, which means they're in 4 days of play, and they have an average right now of 1.25 booyahs per game since they got a booyah today. So more than 1 booyah per day that they get into play is an incredible margin for Fluxo, right?
Yes, definitely. And today we're no different, right? So today they start really good with the right foot, and they seem very excited as we watching Cias and Fak and Cias. They are getting very excited. So Marcelo, I'm about to ask you if you can pull me, look down and pull me to get in the airplane.
Let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from flight R6D2 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the desert of Kalahari. If it is hot here in Brazil, it is even hotter in Kalahari, where the things Do you think it is not?
I don't know, because it's hot as heck right here right now.
Yes, you're right, because right now it is the competition between Brazil and Kalahari, Marcelo.
And now we have substitutions going on. Real bringing VM7, a player that was a starter yesterday for Real in place of Tatu. However, a change that they are not used to do. VM7 left the game yesterday for PH to come in, and now they're trying another lineup. And we know that Real last season, a few of those players were playing for Santos Real, and we had Autoboot, Fon, VM7, all of them were playing for Real. PH was playing for Santos Real, and after the changes that happened between those players in the middle of the season, they didn't found themselves on the server as a unit, right, Carol?
Definitely, they still can connect the best game here. They are trying. We haven't seen many strategies they try to apply in their game, but they can still get it right. And we didn't understand why Kronos left for Brebox yesterday, and right now we will see by the end of this match why we got VM7 for Tatui, which is the very first time he is replaced.
God, kill is naked! Oh my god, the man is naked!
Put some targets on.
Oh my god!
He's naked.
The man is naked!
But as we are watching Fluxo team, they did an incredible average of 1 to 16 points last weekend per match, actually. So they did not disappointed at all. And like I said, they started with the right foot today, getting this booyah. Last weekend they got another booyah. Right now they are with an incredible amount of points of 5 booyahs. And for the happiness of the LBFF for champions, they seem very willing to take the top the trophy of champions again, Marcelo, and they are going for it, right? They have this advantage right now to be in the first place once more, even though Loud is right behind them trying to contest that. Metagame is getting close. Team Coda Solid that played yesterday, they did a very good day, so they will have a couple of players coming for them, but at the same time they are really in great peace, as I would say.
In a great form as of right now. And you're starting to enjoy the statistics in averages. Admit it, you're starting to enjoy it.
Yes, because I keep learning from you, so I'm trying to take notes of that as well, because I'm not really good with mathematics, but when you bring it, it really makes sense.
It's because we're dealing with a competition where we rarely have the teams with the same number of maps played, and we rarely have teams standing tall after 4 minutes of play, after Iago sent down Japa, BKR, and Fluxo was taken aback in the middle of their rotation. They are close to losing Cias, and Fak just sent Iago down. Now Fluxo tries to fight back against the players from before that are in the refinery, of course, as they always were and they always will be. Now Fluxo has to retreat and find a better place for them to rotate. Cias and Japa BKR are trying to heal themselves off right there. And now, what a shot by Juan! What a nice headshot by Juan, putting Cias for a little rest over there. And we see the whole lineup from before trying to find the shots on the players from Fluxo. What a predicament by the team of Fluxo right now. They need to dribble the bullets over there and find a better way to rotate. Now it seems that they got to inside of that house, and before we'll leave them be, at least for the moment.
Yeah, and we know that Refinery is a really good call for the highest view. So at least before have the advantage of that. And Fluxo team did right to retrieve, but Marcelo!
Brenning! Brenning! What a grenade! She's there, can now wipe out the whole squad of Fluxo. 3 players were sent down with 1 grenade from Brenning.
My God.
Surprisingly, he does it again! He does it again! Angelo comes in the rush. Only Fak to fight for Fluxo. What a surprise coming from the newcomers. She's there, is wiping out the whole Fluxo squad. They got no respect for the elders. Fak is down, and Angelo brings him down. She's there, wipes out the whole squad from Fluxo without a single casualty. What a job by Brenin, Carol!
I got so scared because I couldn't believe in my eyes what I was watching. 1 single grenade putting down 3 players of Fluxo team.
I just heard the boom, and I watched the kill feed, and there were 3 players down.
With 1 grenade.
With 1 grenade.
It was a fight, Marcelo, newcomers after winners. Champions. In LBFF. Oh my
World
gosh.
World Series players. And now we have the fight between Metagame and Tropa. And now Tropa has the better positioning by the Elephant Graveyard over there. They have the better positioning, and they're trying to use their grenades against the players from Metagaming. Killed, who yesterday got 17 kills, is trying to repeat that great performance, and he will find Yan, who used the chrono to hold himself, and Drax is back on the lobby. Giga with the sniper rifle, getting the points for Tropa. Nice shot, and now Kawe goes down once again. Giga doing an incredible job. 2 players down with the sniper rifle, with the Barrett, putting 2 players down now. Giga. Let's check out how Metagaming will rotate. Their game is compromised. They lost 2 players to begin the match, and now Tropa has control of the Elephant Graveyard, Carol.
I'm not very happy to watch this fight, Marcelo, because I have Nabozi as my coach in FF squad. I have Spiel as one of my players in my FF squad, so I don't want these both teams to engage right now. Don't do it, please.
I just lost God Q.
Me too. Dang it.
And I chose Brenin, and I sent him out,
Like
and I
yesterday.
brought Pill.
Oh, you're not helping yourself.
No. I should take my advice when I talk about going for exams or bar exams, multiple choices exams. If you lock in to one option, don't change it. And I need to leave that motto. Lock into my first choice. But look at GG. Look at the Amazon Creeps, guys, trying to ambush the players from Tropa. They were leaving the Elephant Graveyard, and GG got one kill, and he took off with his teammates for the submarine region.
No,
And now
was not
Tropa
spill.
has to deal with the players from Metagaming. But now Amazon Creeps gave the chance for Metagaming to fight against Tropa, leaving that region of the Elephant Graveyard. And Amazon Creeps learning from the elders. They went for the hit and run strategy. They knew that those two teams were fighting by the Elephant Graveyard. GG put on his sniper rifle,
And took
got
off.
one kill and took off.
And actually, we are watching a lot more of this hit run and strategy this season with Fluxo Team and Loud. They are doing that in a row. And like you said, they learn from the veterans here. This is strategy, and it's working because you get a kill and go for
take off.
position, take off. So that's working really good so far.
And a team that scored poorly in the first weekend is now out of the relegation zone because of how they're playing for positioning and not for kills. And now we see, once again, Amazon Creeps going for the hit and run. Vinhal puts Cian down, and now he can get a few shots out, tries to get a player down, and now Real is also over there near the refinery. Metagaming is in a predicament because Drax is on the floor and only Lost is there to play. If Lost goes down, Metagaming goes back to the lobby. He tries to keep himself alive, but it's getting dangerous for the player of Metagaming, and he goes down. PH puts Lost down, and Metagaming is back on the lobby with single picks. Metagaming didn't involve into a heavy team fight in any moment of this game. They were just exposed, and Tropa took two players with the sniper, then Amazon Creeps took one player with the sniper, and then Real took one player with the sniper. Kalahari is a dangerous map. It's wide open. If you rotate through the open, you will get picked off, Carol.
Exactly. We know that Kalahari have this, like you said, they out open, especially they will meet during the rotation. So it is crucial for you to take care of that.
I love the safe zone.
When you go to your favorite drop calls, get the much loot and equipment necessary, and go straight to a safe call where you can get a lot of cover, but you are also close to the next safe zone. And like Marcelo said, we just saw the safe zone, and please bring your comment about it.
The third safe zone will take refinery out of the game, will take playground out of the game, will take control post out of the game, and it's all out in the open. In about 30 seconds, we will start to have a war.
And I noticed that the Furia is well positioned. And when
And let's see that fight going on between Tropa and Real. Autobus is trying to get the kills. He put Giga down, but now he has to use the ice to protect himself as his teammates come in. VM7 tries to use the grenades, and he puts the spill down with a nice grenade. But now Iago brings it, and B4 is coming for this fight as well. Iago puts VM7 down, and now Real has to deal with B4 as well. And now Kile is using the loot box to protect himself, and he will go down. Tropa is sent back to the lobby. Real doing a good job and guaranteeing 3 points. Points for positioning. And now Los Grandes is also dealing with the Amazon Crypt squad as Real will be engaged by XD. Once again, XD well positioned to ambush some teams that are coming after them. And PH goes down. Autoboot goes down as well. Wignett and Brenin doing a good job. She's there, will get a few kills right now, and they go to 6 kills in this matchup. We gotta remind you that She's there wiped out the whole Fluxo team with one amazing grenade from Brenin, and now SS Esports is engaging against Furia. Furia, who were in a good position, they will have their rotation delayed because that fight with SS Esports, if they leave to tell the story. We see 2 players down and out for SS Esports, but MTS is engaging into this fight against Amazon Creeps, and I don't know why. Louis Gnet gets Iago down, and She's there is doing a good job in this matchup. Let's see how Memgod will rotate. He goes for inside of the house. He joins Hachin and Gust inside of that house to protect themselves and to leave SS Esports out and in harm, because they know that Amazon Creeps is coming as well. They might get help from Amazon Creeps if they stay inside of the house. But now Gusta rotates. He tries to find the players from SS Esports. MTS kills himself with the grenade. He was doing an incredible job, but now Furia knows that they are allowed to leave the house. But on sights Gusta over there, but Memgod brings him back down with the Mag-7. There is only 2 players to fight for SS Esports. Gusta is brought back up from Memgod. Hachin, he's rotating. MTS once again! Wow. Once again blows off himself with the grenade. And now Memgod has to deal only with Phoenix. The Real squad gets wiped out. Amazon Creeps is also out of the game because Gus went for them. Iago puts Angelo down with the AWM. Hachin, he knows where Phoenix is. Gusta puts Will down. Loud is getting into that fight as well. We talked about that open field becoming a war zone, and that's what's going on. We see Gusta going down. Phoenix trying to take this fight back for SS Esports, and Loud is back to the lobby. While Cebolinha gets the kill on the players from Furia, SS Esports is also wiped out. 4 teams remaining, 13 players. Still to play. Netshoes Miners has the advantage to be with their full squad still up, as so as Los Grandes. Los Grandes with their 4 players. Netshoes Miners with their 4 players. B4 with their 4 players. And only Furia with 1 player. But B4 had to leave the refinery. They took a lot of damage. But it seems that Los Grandes didn't see that they left the refinery. As we see that the last safe zone of the game will be out in the open with only 1 inch of a high ground spot over there that the teams will probably not take it. Hachin chose to go out for the safe zone and not to give points for any of the teams that are fighting, and all those 3 teams are fighting in different spots of the table. Gus puts Broilo down, and Cebolinha brings it back and puts Hick to the floor. Field tries to level with the whole Los Grandes squad. He gets 2 kills. Brozin puts Mamute down. Gus brings the fight, and the Netshoes Miners are out in the 3rd position. Good position for the Netshoes Miners fighting against the relegation. So now Los Grandes go down. So it's a booyah before. We know that before in Kalahari will be up until the end of the game in the refinery. They will fight for their best position. They will hold on to their position. And that paid off really well for them. They get their first booyah in the day and put their names up on the table, Carol.
Well done for B4 team that got their first booyah today in Kalahari map. We know 43% of their points were made in Bermuda, but they started the day very fresh, getting the hotness coming from Kalahari. So well done for them that got this 6 kills and 12 points for the booyah, amount of 18 points. Good points. So far so good, working for every one of these players. And actually we have to point it out, also was a good match for Los Grandes, Netshoes Miners, and Furia team.
Furia finally having a good moment here, and we know that Furia likes Kalahari. It's a map where they historically perform well, and it was good to see some good match, some good confrontations from Furia. And they're leaving in the 4th position with Hachin leaving the game, choosing to go for the gas and not to give points. But we will have the confirmation of the points coming up on the screen for you guys to understand. This was a pretty well balanced match, right, Carol?
Yes, definitely. Like you said, we are going to have the confirmation, and we will have the picture of each one of team's points, which we're going to see were very close. Like I said before, got 18 points in a total, which was an okay. We are used to see booyahs with more than 20 points, but they did well in this second match of the day. They are trying to get into it, but if before got the booyah, the kills were in the hands of Gus with 5 kills, helping Los Grandes in the second position, followed by Nature's Miners down to 12, and like we said,
my coach already got 30 points.
Marcel is very happy right here, and actually they went good in the first match.
They got 18 points in the first match.
So they are doing a very good day, right? And for a team who had 0 points in Purgatory right now, 10 more points for them will help them to get at least a little bit far away of Real Esports. Also, XD starting having a good amount of points, 10 more points, and SS Sports will come again, Marcelo, to contest the fight against Fluxo and Loud in the first position.
Which makes happy for SS Sports, for Loud, Metagaming and Fluxo with no points. Fluxo got destroyed by the grenades from Brenin, from XD. And it's funny for us to say, Carol, XD, when they get a well-thought fight, they are so dangerous. They are so impressive, and they get so much pressure on the teams that they are targeting, that we saw they destroy Fluxo over there, and then we saw them destroy SSC Sports, forcing SSC Sports to retreat, destroying Real, and then they got a wrong rotation and they got smashed. They got 10 points after 2 great team fights. They get 10 points because they were out in the 8th position. That's heartbreaking for them, right?
Yes, exactly. And if we are talking about position and rotations, we gotta point it out that Fluxo team did a bad rotation. They were trying to run away from before there was up in Refinery, and then they got surprised by the grenades of XD. So this match was a little bit different. We were expecting to see great action coming from Tropa, from Metagame, from Fluxo team to keep the same consistency of the first match, but it also was good to cool off a little bit the other team's strategy. So before could fit their best strategy, and they will also come, Marcelo, to join the top 5, as we are going to check in our standings right now.
Let's check this out, because the standings are coming on the screen for you guys. As
there
you
we
said,
go.
Before is in the top 5 with 204 points. Fluxo was still left with 223. Loud gets closer. Now we have a 4 points battle between Loud and Fluxo.
And Loud just got points for position, because if you check the kills are the same.
It's the same. Before getting to the 4th position, Tropa losing a position, Metagaming losing a spot, Bond losing a spot. But the bottom of the table is starting to get interesting as well. Furia is getting close to Amazon Creeps. XD is leaving a little bit of a gap between them and Amazon Creeps. Now it's 16 points. Netshoes Miners and Los Grandes starts to dream about the top 12. It's not impossible to see maybe Los Grandes finish this day in the left side of the table. It's not impossible for it to happen. They are only 15 points behind Nitrox Top 10. And every team between them and Nitrox Top 10 are not playing today.
Yeah,
they could finish the day in the 8th position.
Yeah, for Los Grandes is not too far, but Nature's Miners have to get at least more than 30 points to get in the at least reaching the points where Los Grandes is right now. They started the day working very good, but they still have a long way to come by the end of the day, by the end of the matches. But Los Grandes, like I said, it will be a possibility.
If I'm not mistaken, Carol, as of right now, Netshoes Miners is the top team in points for the day. They got 30
so
points.
Far, yes.
They are the team
Great
with
position.
the most points so far. Fluxo got 22 points in the first map, no points for the second map, so 22 total. Loud got few points in both maps. B4 got no points in the first map and now 18, so they don't get it. No team has scored more points than Netshoes Miners today. So they're going for this run. They are trying to get away from the access group zone, and they can finish off the day inside of the top of them and Los Grandes. And if XD organizes their actions, they can go as well. So let's give them 1 minute to think about it.
Yeah,
Carol.
getting to baby steps. So let's give also 1 minute for us as well, right?
Yeah, let's hydrate a little bit, and we'll be back after a quick break. SS Esports is unaware of their presence as they see now, and they are met by Kawan right now with some shots. Now they will have to deal with the grenade from Will, trying to get the players inside of the house, but Phoenix is outside and going after them. He uses the eyes to protect himself. Now Will goes with the double vector. The chrono is used and he puts Phoenix to the floor. Now he has to deal with Jubinha and he puts Jubinha down. Nice job by Will getting 2 kills. Now he can go after the players from SS Esports. He's rotating, going for the kills, and he gets the quadra kill, the triple kill.
Wow, Marcelo.
Triple kill by Will. What an amazing job with the double vector. We told you we'll be back in 1 minute, so we're back in 1 minute, and let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R6D3 heading straight to Bermuda. This is your captain, Marcelo Fiorentino, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Michel, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time, Carol. It's time to drop, Carol!
And it is not just time to drop, it is time to drop in Bermuda, and we know it is the most loved one, the most used one, the most natural one map, Marcelo, and we are going to be back to Amazon Creeps and Netshoes Miners, early engagements again.
In Sentosa, we are used to that. In Sentosa, let's see how those two teams will face off against each other. Natividade and Broilo went for the storage house, as Amazon Creeps went for the smaller houses to try to get some loot over there. And we have some substitutions going on in Amazon Creeps. Salis coming in for Vinhal, an unusual substitution for Amazon Creeps in Bermuda. They choose to play Salis in place of Vinhal in this map.
Yes, indeed. Just remember, Marcelo, really quick, that Amazon Creeps already won one fight in Sentosa against Netshoes Miners. Ooh!
And now they're starting to do it again. GL puts Field down. Nice headshot by GL, putting the Amazonians ahead in this fight. Let's see what will Netshoes Miners do, if they will engage into this early fight. It's not usual for Netshoes Miners to engage into early fights, but it seems that they have no place to run since they're in Sentosa. If they take the zip line, they will be killed in the middle of their rotation, and they are going for it. Nativa was leading the rush, but he chose to rotate through the middle of the houses. We see that GL is trying to get some information, trying to get the shots from the sniper over there. Let's see how the rotation will happen for the Netshoes Miners squad right now.
Yeah, as we know that they are very aggressive, but they have lost once for Amazon Creeps. And Marcelo, Sentosa is a big island, as Brasilia is. You can share it, but it seems like both of the teams want it for them all.
They want Sentosa for themselves, and as we see, GG is trying to rotate. He tries to get some information on the players from Netshoes Miners, and this is important information for them to know when they can leave Sentosa or when they can rush towards the players from Netshoes Miners. GL has this information right now. He tried to find the shots on the players from Netshoes Miners, and now he has an open field to shoot for field. He went for the shots and he found a few shots on field. However, he will have to reposition because this challenge would not be good for him since he was out in the open and Netshoes Miners were coming with 4 players and he had no backup from his teammates that were trying to pressure Netshoes Miners into rotating. And now we see Master running and searching for the players of Netshoes Miners. He finds the players and they are going for the fight. The Amazonians are going for the fight. Amazon Crips are now going to take Netshoes Miners down. Broilo is the last player from Netshoes Miners. He is in the most danger right now as his teammates get into the house. And now they are leaving from behind, but GL has that sight. GL has that view. GG gets a few shots out. Broilo takes some damage, and now GG is rotating once again. GL throwing out some lead onto the players of the Netshoes Miners squad, and now Broilo taking shots, and GL with the wall bangs. Amazing wall bangs by GL, putting down Broilo, and now Netshoes Miners are in a predicament. They need to go back and save Broilo, but if they do, they will be exposed to the anger of the Amazonians. Now Rick is coming after Salis. Salis uses the chrono, takes half of Rick's life in damage, and puts Rick down, but the grenade from Nativa brings the fight back. GL finishes off Broilo, and the first blood is in the hand of the Amazonians. Let's see how Natividade will fare off into this fight. GL gets to an inch of life left as Field was brought back into this fight. Hick is over there as well. Master puts Field down, and he puts Hick down. Amazing job by Master. He takes down 2 players from the Netshoes Miners, and only Natividade is still to fight for Netshoes. Let's see how Master will fare off. The grenades are coming in. They tried the grenades. Nativa is in danger. Nativa is surrounded by the Amazonians. He's inside of the house. He's trying to listen the steps of the players from Amazon Crips. Once again, Amazon Crips beating Netshoes Miners in Sentosa. Now, Nativa is being targeted. From afar, Master uses his last grenade, and now he will rotate to join GG, to join GL, into rushing on Natividade. Nativa tries to use the shotgun, but he will be taken down by the shotgun of GG. Netshoes Miners, Sentosa is Amazon Crips to take. Netshoes Miners are back on the lobby, and they are the first team wiped out. Good action on those 6 minutes of play, Carol.
Yes, good action. Actually, Marcelo, Netshoes Miners did the exactly thing that Amazon Crips wanted. Retrieve. They were waiting. Actually, Netshoes Miners tried 2 different rotations to ambush Amazon Crips, but then when they decided to retrieve, they show some weakness. And then was the right time for Amazon Crips come and attack them. And they got a squad wipe very well. Even though they missed one of their players, they lost one of the players. Right now, they got 4 kills.
But good 2 kills from Master on Hick and Field.
Amazing.
Great 2 kills from Master. With the spray transfer, getting the takedown on Field and then on Rick. Amazing job by the players from Amazon Crips. And now we see Tropa taking the spot of Pushinok over there. They are inside of the safe zone. They have an important spot nearing Pushinok by the side of the factory. And as we see, the drones are coming in to take the information on which teams are in Pushinok. But it's safe for them to stay in that city, Carol.
And actually, I just have this information to bring of Netshoes Miners. They are the 30th worst team this season in Bermuda. And that's maybe because we can blame Amazon Crips, because Amazon Crips keep wiping them in the beginning of the match. And Netshoes Miners seems a little bit, their history seems a little bit different of the other teams. At least for now, of course. They were last weekend 67 points during 2 rounds of the weekend, which is not a great amount of points. And they started this weekend in the 15th position. 2 perfect matches for them where they kept good points, climbed. Ooh, Marcelo, go for it.
Let's see the fight between Los Grandes and She's There as Luigi Nets tries to find Gus over there. Gus, who was the top killer in Kalahari, who was the MVP in Kalahari, is now the MVP in track and field, running for his life. Cosplaying as Usain Bolt as Luigi Nets puts MVR down with a nice headshot. He will finish off MVR, and She's There once again with a nice planned fight, making their opponents pay. When they think about the fight, when they have time to prepare for that fight, they are incredible. And now Los Grandes is retreating. They will not fight against She's There. But what worries me about She's There is how good they are when they plan the fight, but how bad they are when they don't, Carol.
Yes, and they have, we talk about their strategy. Sometimes they don't worry much about what's going on around them when they focus in one single team, and that's what's worried most.
But look at Mamute fine. Oh my God, Mamute and Gus. They took aim and put 2 players down with amazing headshots right there. The 2 players will be brought up probably from the squad of She's There. However, Cebolinha is coming over there to pressure a little bit, but he will go down. Brenin once again with the grenades, putting Cebolinha down, and Cebolinha is now far away from his teammates, but Gus puts Luigi Net down. Brenin finishes off Cebolinha, and Luigi Net will be finished off by Gus. He has no support over there. Only Angelo has sights on Luigi Net. And let's see if he will be able to protect his teammate. He deals some damage on Gus, but Luigi Net already lost half of his life. Probably She's There will be losing 1 player as well in this fight.
At least he got what he wanted, Marcelo, the rotation to get the closure.
He got the rotation. He is close, and he will now avoid Angelo to come in with a nice grenade. He did it, and he got the kill on Luigi Net. And now Brenin and Debzada are trying to fight against Mamute down below the hills, and Debzada will go down to the floor. And maybe Mamute will try to get the confirmation on her. No, he's going for Brenin. Brenin is going for the grenades, and Mamute is using the Balbal to go after him. Meanwhile, Godkill gets the kill on Killed, and Debzada will be finished off. Now, Los Grandes has only Brenin and Angelo to fight. Mamute rotating, trying to find Brenin. Angelo is down and out because Gus finished him off. And now the headshot from Mamute, putting Brenin down. And Tropa sending Fluxo back to the lobby.
They did it, but the Amazon Crips is right behind them, Marcelo.
And now they will have to go back to their feet, but Moreira is still down. The Amazon Crips squad has no information on the HP of the players from Tropa. If they did it, they could have gone to this fight in a rush. Yeah. There were 2 players down, and there was only 1 player still standing with an inch of life left. If they knew it, they could have wiped out the whole squad, but they chose to play it carefully, and that gave time to Tropa to go back on their feet. But it doesn't matter, because the Amazonians are coming with anger.
Wow.
They're coming with blood in their eyes, taking down the whole Tropa squad with no time to think. Amazon Crips is leading this map in points per kill, Carol.
No time, bro. Like I said, no time to think. Amazon Crips, they saw from long distance the fight Tropa was having against Fluxo team, which again we see newcomers wiping out the Fluxo team. Marcelo, She's There in Kalahari and right now Tropa in Bermuda, but unfortunately that was not a glorious match for Tropa, that were just sent back to the lobby by the hands of Amazon Crips. That is doing an amazing match so far.
Incredible match by the Amazonians. Let's see where the safe zone will lead us. If the safe zone closes to the factory before, we'll be in a good position. So let's see where this will go, Carol.
Yeah, they are having a good match so far, but considering that last weekend they made some wrong choices engaging into early fights, right, in the beginning of the matches, and as a result they only got 20 points in the day. And I mean, they finished the weekend with the same 7 kills of the first weekend, which was very bad. And also they are still having a hard time to adapt themselves, but this third week, watching them right now in Bermuda, maybe things haven't changed. They are applying new strategies.
They are getting more aware of which fights that they have to go to. They are not going after any fights. They are carefully picking which fights they are going into, and that's doing good for them. And now we see Loud going after Furia. We still have Mamute behind there representing Los Grandes, but the fight is going on between Loud and Furia. We see Will trying to get the shots out on the players from Furia. We have Memgat and Hatin on the watchtower, and we have Bielgod on the floor. The players are trying to get to the watchtower, and now Bielgod is down as well. Will confirms the kill. K1 confirms one more kill. Furia now with 2 players down, and Loud will take out. The hit and run strategy working once again for Loud. They take 2 players down from Furia, and they will rotate to fight another fight now against Los Grandes. We have Noda and K1 preparing for that fight near the antenna. And now Mamute got to the side of K1, with K1 not contesting that, and Noda as well. What a mistake by the players from Loud. They didn't see Mamute by their side, and he takes 2 players down, and Will saves the day for Loud. But what a mistake by K1 and Noda.
Definitely, and that cost them 2 players.
2 players, and now Kronos puts Hatin down. SS Esports puts a nice grenade. MTS putting Will down. The grenades from MTS are dangerous. Oh, they are so dangerous.
Oh my gosh.
And now MTS is ruling that spot while Kronos is inside of the safe zone, and now he gets a shot out and puts Memgat with only half of his life left, while B4 joins that battle, and MTS tries to find Kronos with the grenade. MTS still dominating the high ground, still dominating the best positioning for them to fight right now, as B4 is trying to come from below. And there are no teams to come from above SS Esports, so they are in an amazing position. We know that SS Esports had a great weekend last week, so let's see if they can do it again. Amazon Creeps still in a good position, however, they have the lower ground. They don't have the high ground advantage, so they are in a good position in spot, but still a little dangerous for them. And now we see Real inside of the factory. They have to rotate and to leave the factory over there because the safe zone is starting to move right now, and they will be in trouble if they don't. Now we see Metagaming, the team that is ruling the higher ground, now going after the players from SS Esports. Phoenix goes down. Kawe is trying to come up, and he deals lots of damage to Buton. He tries to find the spot, and he puts Buton down. Now VM7 from Real is joining that fight as well. Loud goes down because Iago found Kronos inside of the safe zone, and IMTS will go down. Metagaming getting the kills, and now Amazon Crips joining that battle in the middle. Once again, they get to the timing battle and do it good. Kawe finishes off DL, but now Master has the protection to fight against the players from the Metagaming. They get one more kill for them. Lost is behind the ice. Amazon Crips is still with 2 players to fight. They try to find the grenades to put Lost down, and now Lost will have to rotate. Amazon Crips has the upper hand in this fight against the last player from Metagaming. GG is going after him. The shots are coming in, and GG will wipe out him and Master, putting Metagaming down. Amazon Crips is in the top 3, and they have the good positioning, but they have only 2 players to fight. Master and GG to fight against Real, to fight against B4. Let's see which team will B4 face off against first. And Amazon Crips showed themselves a lot, so B4 can forget about Real and go after the Amazon Crips. Let's see which will be the strategy for B4. Autoboot is rotating. The players from Real are trying to climb the hills, but Master finds the grenade, and he puts Autoboot down. The first player from Real is on the floor. Master went out because of the gas, but he finishes off Autoboot, and he is down, and out and VM7 puts CG back to the lobby. But amazing match right now by the Amazonians. Their best map in the season. Iago puts down the players, and it's a booyah for B4! The double booyah game! The back-to-back booyahs game! And now B4 is running wild like Hulkamania to go for the top, Carol!
The double booyah came indeed, Marcelo. Like yesterday, we had a double booyah in the beginning of the matches, and right now, Kalahari and Bermuda were dominated by B4. Once again, Marcelo, prioritizing position. We will check that the numbers were not too high comparing to Amazon Creep's game, but they got the best of today, which was the double booyah, putting them in a really good spot in our table.
And what a match by the Amazonians. What a match by Amazon Creeps. They did it like we hoped them to do, like we wanted them to be able to perform, and they showed us we are Serie A material. We are here to stay, and we are going for the fights. I loved how they got to the fights in the correct timing, getting to the fights with advantage, with taking players that were engaged into another fight, taking players who were down with their HP. I loved how the Amazonians postured themselves in this match, Carol.
I really like the expression that you used. We are material, Serie A material, because they really are indeed. They work so hard to get into here, and they deserve their spot here. And as we are seeing here, before got the booyah, but Amazon Creeps, because of their amazing match, great kills, bringing their confidence of the Naturals Miners first fight in the early stages of the game, and then coming for Tropa, then coming for meta game. They also did really good against SS Sports. We see that the results come right now, helping them to even getting the points of Los Grandes, Marcelo. And before it, I just want to point it out that the third place of meta game was well deserved, because we were before they die, we were watching the battle against SS Sports, which we know it is a very aggressive team, but they split very well their players.
Dominated the fight.
They dominated the fight. They put 2 players down, 2 players up, which helped them to have this control over the fight against SS Sports.
And what I was going to point out, Carol, we have the confirmation: Los Grandes 8 points, Furia 6, Tropa 5, Fluxo 2, XD 2, and Netshoes Miners only 1. But it's incredible for us to see Amazon Creeps in their first game-leading score in the history of the team in LBFF, because of the story of those guys, how long it took for them to get to the Serie A, the predicaments that they had in LBFF Season 4 trying to fight for the Serie A, the day they had to play the Access Group, their city lost the whole power throughout the whole city. They couldn't play inside of their house. They had to go for the car and go for the shopping mall to play the Access Group. Of course, played poorly. All the 5 guys, the 4 players and the coach inside of the car, crammed up trying to play. They could not get to the Serie A, and LBFF Season 5, they get to Serie A, they get to play, and they finally, in their 3rd week here, they get their first their first moment where they get to the top of the points in a map. So it's incredible to see how those guys evolved in Free Fire, Carol.
Congratulations to before they got the booyah. Even though they were in the 2nd place, they got an amazing points out for the booyah and putting them back again, like last match, back in the competition against the top 1, and they are very close. They are getting the closure of Loud and Fluxo team, Marcelo.
Let's check out the standings to confirm what he said, Carol. They are indeed close now, 6 points behind Fluxo, and Loud is the new leader.
Because of the kills.
Because of the kills, indeed. 100 kills for Loud, putting them on top of the table. And Metagaming is also closing into the gap. Now they are 15 points behind Loud. This fight has become a war. Tropa with 207 points, Team Coda Solid with 205, and SS Sports is also coming.
Yes.
Now they have 198 points, only 29 points behind, 29 points behind Loud over there. Los Grandes inside of the top 12. Important thing for us to point out, Netshoes Miners getting dangerously close to Amazon Creeps and XD.
Look at the points of Amazon Creeps right now, 2 points behind of Netshoes Miners, and if they had 3 better matches that we are going to watch, the next 3 ones, they will probably get at least the position of Netshoes Miners is right now.
And we gotta say, Netshoes Miners started the day really well. They had 30 points in the first 2 maps, but now 1 point in Bermuda. Okay, that could be a poor play, and we know that the war between Amazon Crips and Netshoes Miners in Sentosa is happening. Let's see if Purgatory will bring back the Netshoes Miners that we saw during the beginning of the day. But Furia and Real Esports, what a disappointment we're having from those 2 teams. 3 teams is still with no Buyas in the season. XD, Amazon Crips, and Furia. We saw Amazon Crips getting close to it.
Yeah, XD and Amazon Crips we understand, but Furia.
No, but I mean, the team that got the closest to a Buya was Furia yesterday, but they got to the end of the game with a messed up position with few players. They wouldn't get the Booyah.
Yeah.
Amazon Crips was the team that got closest to the Booyah today and last week when they got the 2nd position in Bermuda. So in between those 3 teams, the team that I see with the most possibility to leave that predicament is right now Amazon Crips, Carol. It is not XD, which we are talking about a lot. They do amazingly when they prepare for the fights, but they do poorly when they don't.
Exactly. So they cannot fit yet their best strategy. But if you are talking about the good game and bad game, we have to also point it out that Los Grandes did so good and so well. Even down to Mamute and Gus, they did a very good game against XD, the whole squad of XD against them, and they are now inside of the top 12, back in the top 12, guaranteeing those good points where they can maybe finish the day ahead of at least Nitrox top 10, like you commented before the Bermuda match. But so far so good. Our table looking very strong. We have Loud, Fluxo, and B4 in the top 3, and I'm very excited to see what they will prepare for us in the next 3 matches.
Let's check out some standings, some information coming on the screen for you guys. The kill leaders are updated, and we have still Vitin XP on the top of the standings, but MTS is coming for the fight. 32 kills for him, lost with 33 kills, Carol.
Where is CS?
Where is CS? He started the day with 28 kills, and he is still with 28 kills, Carol.
Yes, and where is CS right now? I'm asking myself that MTS came ahead of him. Even Gus joining the kill leaders, the MVP list that we are just watching here, and players that we already expected to see back in lost 21 from meta game. Vitin is still in the very first place. Killed had the opportunity to be in the
3
first
maps
place.
and no kills for Killed.
Yes, good to point it out. No kills for Killed, which was a shame because he was the best player yesterday. But 3 more matches to happen. Still a lot of things to happen as well. But getting a little thirsty, Marcelo.
Let's take a break. Let's hydrate a little bit because we have 3 more maps to bring you guys in this heat of São Paulo, in the heat of LBFF Season 6. Now they have to with Corinthians and the last player from Bonde. There's still a player alive for Bonde. Corinthians goes down. Nitrox top 10 has 16 kills, but Victor brings it. Not longer enough. Nitrox top 10 will be wiped out. Oh my god, Victor! Oh my god, it's a booyah for Bonde!
Diz pra minha mãe que eu vou atrás do meu sonho e ele não tá tão distante assim. Lembro das noites perdidas de sono. Acredita, foi o melhor pra mim. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da LBFF. Brota na frente que vai pro esquece. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da LBFF. Brota na frente que vai pro
A
esquece.
decolagem foi autorizada. Vou quebrar cal, dominar o território. Com inteligência, em qualquer mapa. Kalahari, bermuda ou purgatório. Qualquer erro é fatal. Leva ao rebaixamento. Ser pra player na distância. Dedicação 100%. Objetivo é a taça e pulseira. MVP, o brabo da galera. Ser campeão da Liga Brasileira. Presencial, todo mundo na espera. Acredita no sonho, você pode vencer. Um vende a milho, outro era gari. Hoje tão na LB. Não falta empenho, nem paciência. Na persistência, de carro com a ciência.
Pra minha mãe que eu vou atrás do meu sonho e ele não tá tão distante assim. Lembro das noites perdidas de sono. Acredita, foi o melhor pra mim. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da LBFF. Brota na frente que vai pro esquece.
We are back live after that amazing video clip that was made specially for LBFF Season 6. It's good to see our brothers in the Brazilian broadcast, the Portuguese broadcast. Camilota, Hads, Murilão, Tauna, the guys who... Ma Lopes dancing, and Ma Lopes on the motorcycle is amazing. And it's great to see our brothers in the Portuguese broadcast. And we are here, Marcelo Ferretti and Carol Bombshell, bringing the world how the Brazilian Free Fire works. And what do you know what else we bring the world?
What?
The best of Purgatory, because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, for the flight R6D4, heading straight to Purgatory. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again for the last time today to the Purgatory Island. The place where we love to see Brasilia very crowded, but also we like the early contestants. So let's see if your team will engage again against Netshoes Miners, if Amazon Crips will bring the best of the best that they did in Bermuda, or if we are going to have a triple booyah, because Marcelo, we haven't had a triple booyah yet this season.
We still haven't had no triple booyahs, but we have changes coming in XZ finally bringing in Dezen Kill. He is in my squad.
Woo.
He comes into the place of Debzada. And I hope he gets 17 kills on those 3 maps, because I need those points badly. And
Did you cast him?
yeah, he's in my team.
Nice.
And I need Pelzada as well to come into to play right now for Netshoes Miners. I need it badly. Please bring in Pelzada, as we see the players from Amazon Crips well positioned. Netshoes Miners is kind of close to them. And we know that Purgatory is a map that, as we see Amazon Crips also bringing in Vinhal back into the place of Salles. That usual change that Amazon Crips does. Salles, a player that comes to play only for Bermuda, and it seems to be working, right?
Oh, well, so much. It worked very good for them in the first match, where they got the dominance of the Sentosa Cow against Netshoes Miners. Netshoes Miners, who is a very veteran team here. They know how to play Free Fire Brazilian League, but like you said, Amazon Crips, I'm gonna stick with that, Marcelo. Amazon Crips, they are Serie A material, and they are here to show their best job. But we talk a little bit about XD, and I just want to point it out that they had the chance to have a good start last weekend, right? And they had they even went very well, getting 43 points, reaching the 10th place last weekend. But they still are having some troubles to adapting themselves to the Serie A style. They are bringing the Zen Kill right now, putting Debzada to cool off a little bit. And let's see if in 3 more matches they will get enough points for them to help in their situation in the table, which is no good so far.
And once again, Furia going for the Fire Brigade, rotating quickly in this match. Let's see if they'll get a little bit of peace over there, because they had 3 poor maps to start the day, and they need to perform a little better for those 3 last matches of the day. Once again, Metagaming controlling Brasilia, splitting Brasilia with B4, who are also there at the middle of the map. And this strategy from before of taking the center of the maps is paying off, Carol.
Definitely, because we know that before they always trying to control the center of each map, which helps them to have a control of the late stages of the game, because most of the time we see that the safe zone will close to the center. Refinery in Kalahari, Purgatory in Brasilia in Purgatory. So it's good to see this strategy coming for a team that it is prioritizing specifically the positions, which we could expect it coming from the teams they are not doing so good, like Furia right now. They're trying to their rotation by car, but Amazon Crips maybe have the information of them.
They are aware of that movement from Furia, but who else is aware is Fluxo, because Fac was left behind with the KAR, with the sniper rifle, as they rotate through the river. We see Cias over there doing his rotation through the river. Got killer's position with the Barrett. He can try to get the shots out, and the players are all gathering near the river in the watchtower. And we know that this watchtower, if the players get to be well hidden, they can surprise any team going through those watchtowers. But we gotta talk a little bit about Fluxo, who started the day amazingly, got the Booyah, and then they got 2 awful maps with almost close to no point in those 2 maps, only 2 points in those 2 maps, and now they will have to fare off against Tropa, who is also coming after them. The drone was destroyed, and now Cias has the information. He will try to find the shots on the players from Tropa. Fac is in the watchtower, and Furia heard those shots. Now they are aware that there are teams nearing their watchtower, and Giga will be the front liner, even from afar, for this Tropa squad. Tropa, who also is having a disappointing day, Carol.
Yes, that's the word to express our feelings of Tropa, because yesterday they had an amazing day. That was everything they needed to be bring to the top 5 of this competition. They had definitely an amazing day, where today we were expecting maybe the same kind of performance. And it goes the same for Fluxo team, that's starting the day with a Booyah with an amazing points. And right now disappointing us, because we thought we would see a heavy fight against Fluxo and Loud over the top. But before, right now, it's given the show that we wanted to watch.
Let's see if those teams will be indeed in a good position to fight in Brasilia, as we saw 6 teams already inside of Brasilia and needing to get the better positioning for themselves.
And look at that, Marcelo. I was
Please.
just checking some information about Fluxo team, going back to them. They are the team with the most Booyahs that we know right now. They are got an amount of 5 Booyahs, but also they have Cias on the run for the kill leaders. Eventually, he will be back to the top 6. But 3 players of Fluxo team at least have each 20 kills. So Cias 28 kills. This is the information that we brought for the
start of the week,
the
right?
start of the weekend, exactly. Cias got 28 kills, Fac 20 kills, Japa BKR 20 kills. Japa BKR actually is a legendary killer for LBFF. He was about to reach even more than the 300 kills that he did.
He already has more than 300.
Yes,
He's going for the 400,
but
right?
yes, he's going to the 400 exactly. And having an okay day doesn't say much about the statistics that we have. Each one of them have excellent skills, with eliminations. Japa BKR is an excellent captain for the team, so maybe going back in the lobby in the 12th position causes some bad impact in their squad.
Let's see what will be the rotation for the players of SS Esports as Phoenix tried to get the pickup over there, tried to get the truck, and now he'll go for his teammates as we see Loud rotating, and they might be surprised by the players of Los Grandes on the top of the hills. Loud might be in a problem if they try to go up the hills as well. Let's see if that's going to happen as we see Kawan skipping and hopping to the top of the hills, and now he's activating the drone, and now they have information on the players from Real. But if they engage against Real, Los Grandes will be aware of their positioning, and this might become a tough fight for them to intake. Let's see if Loud will go for that fight, or if they will rotate. It seems that they will not go for the fight, Carol.
And if we had 3 matches to start the day, starting with early fights, Marcelo, right now it's taking a little bit longer.
It's taking a little bit longer, 9 minutes and a half of play, and no players still sent back to the lobby. We still ain't got the first blood of the second purgatory map of the day. And now we have the positioning of the players from Los Grandes, but XD is coming after the players from Amazon Crips. Let's see if this fight was well prepared by the players of XD. GL is the one leading for Amazon Crips, using the sniper rifle, trying to get the shots on Angelo, and DZN Kill is the one leading the charge for XD. He uses the eyes to approach a little bit more, but there is a player flanking. It's Vinyao. He's flanking for Amazon Crips. The grenades are coming in, and DZN Kill tries to use the double vector, but he couldn't get the shots out. GL, he uses the Bao, tries to find the spot for the better shots, but DZN is below him on the tent, and he will be put down by GG. And he is sent back to the lobby. The first blood is the player that I wanted to get the most kills, but he will be sent back to the lobby. Branding with the grenade puts Master down, and he gets the kill on Master. Angelo puts Vinyao down. Now Amazon Crips are in a huge problem because they have 2 players to fight only one right now. It's GL. He tries to keep himself alive, but the Amazon Crips, after a good match in Bermuda, is sent back to the lobby with only 1 point for the elimination. Of course, on the player who is in my FF squad, Carol.
You bring such a zika, such a bad luck for these guys, Marcelo, when you cast them for your FF squad. But again, we are seeing engagement against XD and Amazon Crips. This time, XD got the better points, getting a squad wipe over them, even though they didn't have the clean squad wipe because they lost 1 player, which is the ZN kill, but it's still looking very strong to get at least, to manage to get at least in the late stages of the game of this 4th match.
Let's see now that a fight between XD and Netshoes Miners could have happened, but XD chose not to engage. They have only 3 players, and that could be a bad fight for them. Could have been a bad fight for them. Now, SS Esports is fighting against Fluxo, 2 great teams, 2 teams that we pointed out, and we showed up on the start of our broadcast. Now, God Kill is on the floor, of course, the player who is in my FF squad. Now, CS and MTS, the 2 players fighting with the grenades. CS is on the ground, MTS sent him to the lobby, and now Memgat is joining that fight, putting Japa BKR down. There's only 1 player to fight for Fluxo. It's Fuck. Fuck is the only player still remaining on the fight for Fluxo, but he will bring back Japa BKR over there. Now they know that they have to fight against SS Esports and Furia, and now they are aware, but the 2 players are in a predicament, are in an awful position, and they might be taken down by their opposition. Grenades are coming in. Jubinha tries to use the grenades, tries to find Fuck and Japa BKR. 1 more grenade coming in. Phoenix, he goes for the top of the watchtower, and Fuck and Japa BKR are using the eyes to protect themselves. BL God puts Jubinha down. Furia might now help the players from Fluxo, but MTS is not trying to help anybody. He just got the double kill with the grenades! Fluxo is back on the lobby once again. with no points. Fluxo goes down. Furia is now trying to engage into this fight against SS Esports. Memgad is advanced. He will have to retreat because he's exposed. He's out in the open, and he will be back to the house where the players from Furia are concentrating. Another fight going on. The fight that we predicted between Loud and Los Grandes. MVR using the ice, trying to rotate, trying to gather players from Loud. Kawan, he uses the ice, but Cebolinha rotated and got Kawan to the floor. Noda, he's trying to engage, but Cebolinha once again putting Kronos down, and Noda was put down by Gus. Cebolinha goes on. He gets a confirmation on the kill for Kronos. Now Noda still standing. He goes down by Mamute. Mamute with the shot. Now will try to bring it back, but he will not be able to. Los Grandes wipes out Loud without losing any of their players. A nice clean fight for Los Grandes, Carol.
Yes, and Los Grandes got this time a very clean squad wipe over Loud with their 4 players alive, Marcelo.
And now we have another fight going on between B4 and Tropa. Let's see what will happen between those two teams. B4 is repositioning. Lobato will be leading with the double vector. And we know that Brasilia is also always a dangerous place. And we have to deal with those players. SS Esports is trying to enter Brasilia as well, but they are with a lack of important players after that fight against Furia. Let's see if they got all players up after the fight. We have B4 with all 4 players still standing, 9 teams and 35 players still standing. Only 1 player down between those teams, and it's a player from XD. So SS Esports has their full squad as well. And now we have Tropa fighting against B4. The grenades from Kiled are coming in, and he deals damage, but he gets no takedown. And now Tropa will engage, and Kiled with the grenade launcher puts Thiago down. Now he rotates, he tries to go for Juan. Moreira brings it, puts the bow shot on the face of the players from before. Now Kiled brings 1 more kill. Moreira confirms the kill on the other player from before. Tropa lost Spill, but still they have the opposition now. Furia is sent back to the lobby by SS Esports. The quadra kill from MTS. He is bringing it back. The fight for the top of the standings, for the top of the kill leader's feet. Ian puts Autobots down and Brenin puts Phoenix down. And now he finishes off the player from SS Esports. She's there with 5 kills once again, but now it seems that they're preparing better for the fights. Metagaming is trying to take Los Grandes out of the game and also trying to take Real off the game. 2 players still standing for Los Grandes. Metagaming has 3 players standing because just lost its life, while Real puts 2 players down from Los Grandes, but Cauê brings it back and sends Real to the lobby. Now they can steal the kills from the players of Los Grandes. Let's see if that will happen indeed. We have the repositioning of the players from Metagaming. Ian is over there. He tries the grenades. Brenin, Angelo. What a grenade launcher shot by Hick! He confirms the kill on Wignet and puts Brenin to the floor. He gets 1 more kill on Brenin. Natividade is rotating. He's going for the center of the safe zone now that Shoes Miners are in a good position to fight this last safe zone spot. Metagaming is trying to deal with Los Grandes. Drax, he rotates. Kiled puts Cauê down. Now, Metagaming has only 2 players to fight. Kiled is coming with the triple kill. He finally found the kills, and he ties up Vitin XP on the top of the standings for the kill leader's feed. Let's see how Kiled will fare off. He's recovering a little bit of health over there. And Moreira is trying to keep that spread from Tropa, and he got it by killing MTS. Nice spread by the players of Tropa. Now joining each other. Metagaming goes down by a double kill by Natividade with the grenades, putting Drax down. Los Grandes also down by another kill from Kiled. 4 kills for Kiled. The top killer from yesterday is now bringing the game back for today, but the Netshoes Miners team still alive and fighting. Two teams fighting. Broilu and Hick goes down. Giga tries to keep the game alive for the Tropa, but Natividade puts her player down and Tropa is down because Natividade is a beast! It's Booyah! Netshoes Miners! Natividade, you are a beast, my man! He led the fight, and look at the dance. Look at Pelsada. Please, Pelsada, come into play, my man. What a beast is Natividade!
Nice.
The Netshoes Miners team finds their way back into the good day that they started having. And now they breathe a little bit away from the relegation zone, Carol.
Netshoes Miners, Marcelo, getting their first booyah in the history of LBFF in Purgatory. That's their very first booyah in Purgatory of all the seasons. So Netshoes Miners, definitely they are not only celebrating their first booyah here today, but also celebrating their first booyah in Purgatory.
And I'm celebrating because my coach in FF squad is Dog Black.
And Netshoes Miners is definitely celebrating now a great victory because they do deserve that. They were about to go to the relegation zone. They are very close, but right now with this amazing booyah, they will finally be back to the top 12. And like Marcelo said, breathe a little bit. I just said that, director.
Our director bringing in the information that this is the first booyah of Netshoes Miners in Purgatory. And now we got to check out the confirmation of points because this was a balanced map, Carol.
Yes, there was definitely a balanced map.
This was a balanced map. The confirmation for points will be coming on the screen for you guys to check out as soon as possible. But with the highlights of the game, it was a good game indeed. We had some great fights, but Tropa with also an amazing game, 4 kills by Killed, Carol, taking the top of the kill leader's feet.
Yes, and actually, Tropa being back to the second place, to the top 3, will definitely maybe helping them to have 2 better matches, because we know they are having a double round this weekend. They played yesterday, which were the best day for them. They were the best team of the day, and actually they didn't have 3 good matches, and right now bring back this confidence will put them back in their feet. And it goes the same for XD. I said that they were trying to adapt themselves at the Serie A game style. Now in the top 3 will definitely bring back a lot more of confidence to go on to this competition. Fluxo again, Marcelo, surprisingly back to the top 12 with 0 points. This is the third match they go in the bottom positions with 0 points. And what's going on with our winner? But they can maybe rely a little bit in the points of Loud that were just with 1 point for position, 0 points for kills, still ahead of them in our table, but sadly they are with 0 points, and Amazon Crips with only 1 point for killing, of course, because in the bottom we know that we don't get any points. And Amazon Crips, who had an amazing match in Bermuda, going down to 0 points for position, only 1 point for kill. It's also such a shame.
It's a shame indeed, and we have to check out the standings for you guys to realize what is going on after that map. Fluxo and Loud still fighting for the top. Loud getting the better of Fluxo as of right now, as you see before in the 3rd position, 2 points behind Fluxo, 2 points behind Fluxo, with Tropa now tied with B4, 2 points behind Fluxo, and Metagaming 1 point behind Tropa. 5 points, 6 points divide our 1st place from our 5th place. Everybody's on the run. SS Esports getting to the run as well. Now only 18 points behind Loud. They are in the fight as well. Los Grandes getting to the left side of the standing as we predicted, Carol. 9th position for them. Netshoes Miners breathing a little bit, but she's there. Also having good matches, bringing to 150 points themselves. And they can get to Vivo Kids still today. They can get to Team Solo Mid today. They can get to Corinthians today. Yes. It's possible, it's plausible. Amazon Crips with a poor match, and Furia still not getting to the same number of points that they have, Carol.
Yes, the Netshoes Miners are doing the exactly job they came to do today, to try to enjoy the top 12 once again. And we calculated at least they were in need after the second match. They were in need of 30 more points, and they are getting there. It is possible for them to reach the points where is maybe TSM right now, 174 points. So everything is looking at least good so far in our table. we are going to head back to Kalahari in a couple moments, and we gotta point it out that if Los Grandes had a good match, wiping out the whole squad of Loud, they are actually have 6 out of their 8 booyahs in Kalahari. So let's see if they will bring their confidence to Kalahari map.
And I think it's important for us to point out the number of kills that are splitting before in Fluxo, because currently we have those 2 tie-breaking spots on Fluxo's side. They have more booyahs, they have more kills. If before ties with Fluxo, Fluxo will still be ahead of before, and that's what's happening between before and Tropa as well.
Yes.
So let's check out which teams will be getting ready to take positions, and we have Metagaming with a good amount of points. And by killing, they can get some teams down because of that tie-breaking condition, Carol.
Yes, and the tiebreak condition goes the same for Loud and Fluxo, that we keep talking over and over and over, that even though Fluxo it is now with 5 booyahs, Fluxo team it is Fluxo team is with 5 booyahs, Loud is with 4, but they got more points for killing. So if they tie in the numbers of the booyahs, they can definitely go for it and try to get more booyahs. They will have the tie break by their side. So a lot of things happening in only 4 matches, and I'm excited to see the next 2 ones, Marcelo.
And Carol, I believe that we are going to have a hot Kalahari. I believe we're going to have a hot Bermuda, and Bermuda and hot matches up. Kalahari hot is normal, and we have to cool off a little bit to get to that amount of heat that we're expecting. So we'll be back after a quick break. Put on the big dog, leading the charge with Phoenix by his side. He's going for Memgod, and he gets the shot on Memgod. Phoenix puts Memgod down. Now BL God falls for Juminha. SS Esports working with 3 frontliners and doing a good job in this fight against Furia. They just destroyed Furia. They took no sense about Furia, and now they have 9 kills in this matchup. FIFA 40 off fall. FIFA 40 off fall. We're back live, and we love this song to hype with that song because we have 2 more maps coming up for you guys to check out in this Sunday, in this those 2 last maps of the weekend. As we have the cameras on Amazon Grips, Netshoes, Miners, she's there over there, nearing Carol. And those 3 teams are fighting an important fight to get away of the relegation zone, Carol.
Yes.
Which team do you think that will end up better in this day, as we have Netshoes Miners with amazing points for the day? They had 30 in the first 2 maps, and they had 1 in Bermuda, and then they had 19 in Purgatory, so it's 50 points for them in the day, Carol.
I don't know if by the end of the day I can predict the destiny of these 3 teams, but for now in Kalahari, I'm gonna bet on Netshoes Miners, the Kala Miners. But not only because they are known by the Kala Miners, but because, Marcelo, they just got a Booyah, will bring them such a great confidence that will help them throughout the Kalahari map. But
we know the Booyah curse.
We know the Booyah curse, of course, but also let's point it out that XD had an amazing match in Kalahari where they got a squad wipe over Fluxo team, and let's see what was going to happen.
I am thrilled to watch those 3 teams play today. They are finally getting the rhythm that we wanted to see from them today. I still want to see a little bit more of XD. I still believe in your eyes. No, I mean, I still believe that they can get to a better positioning in this, in those fights that they get some trouble. And as we see the guys over there, CS and Fuck having some fun in their rooms. We know that Fluxo plays separately, each player in their rooms. Amazon Creeps all together on the couch. And we know that Amazon Creeps, XD, and Furia are the 3 teams that still ain't got no Booyahs. Talking about those 3 teams, Carol, which one do you believe that can get their Booyah today?
I don't know, but Marcelo, I was focused on the game house of Amazon Creeps, and I'm asking myself where they are right now because they got blankets over them, and it is so hot over here, Marcelo, even more hot in Kalahari.
You know what? Where the weather is nicer, is colder, when you're 10,000 feet up, because we're clear to take off. So let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R6D5 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time, Carol. It's time to drop, Carol!
It is time to drop indeed, Marcelo. So let's go to Kalahari map, the hottest map in Bermuda. Oh, and Bermuda as well, but in LBFF, right? I just got it right, sorry guys. But anyway, let's head to Kalahari for the last time today. Let's see if the teams that are playing here today will bring us such a great...
Once again, Loudon making the same change they did yesterday.
What the
bringing
heck?
Kronos out and bringing Brabox, playing with 3 rushers, trying to go for the short-sighted game.
Marcelo, we learned something about that from Malops in our group, right? And I want you to explain that for us.
What she said is, with the lack of Barretts that we have on the metagaming right now, many of the snipers cannot get 2 Barretts to make the double Barrett setup and work their way better. So they are choosing to play with 3 short-ranged players, 3 rushers, and use the 3rd player as a sniper. You lose some of the better accuracy with the sniper that you used to have, but with the chance to use the double vector, and Tropa doing the opposite, going for the sniper and taking off a rusher. Again.
Yesterday it happened with Loud and with Tropa.
And they got a better result doing it.
They did, but Loud didn't. And look who's coming!
Nobru is in the game and got kills out.
I was happy for Nobru, but now I'm sad for got killed.
Why my players always leave the game? That's why I'm in the last place in the Casters League. It's always my players. And Al-Sad is coming in for Amazon Creeps in Kalahari, not in Bermuda. So, Amazon Creeps bringing the changes a little earlier in the game, and João coming in for before. João coming in to the place of Juan.
For the very first time.
For the very first time, João is in the game.
João.
For before, João. João.
How do we say João in English?
John.
John. John is on the game, guys, for you.
João.
We introduced João for the very first time. Let's see if he will do a great debut, because he's replacing an important play for before.
A former MVP Juan, and metagaming also with a change. Guimons bringing into the game in place of Drax. Unusual substitution in metagaming, Carol.
A lot of stuffs and replacements happening right now in Kalahari, so it tells me that we are going to watch maybe different games going on in Kalahari right now. So let's keep an eye, especially on those teams that got a replacement with their players, newcomers in B14.
João.
João in B14. Loud again with Brabrox. This strategy that didn't work out yesterday, but let's see if they fix their mistakes and they will come with a new strategy for Brabrox in this change with Brabrox and Chronos, which we already know was not stomach problems. It's because Frost won it.
Yeah,
he
didn't want to lower the charge of Chronos' stomach. He just wanted to lower the charge on the team.
Yes, exactly. So let's definitely keep an eye, because like I said, at 3 first matches, everything happened so fast. Last match in Purgatorio took a long time to happen the first kill, and right now in Kalahari maybe will not be different. Maybe these guys will only meet in the 30 safe zone. We'll see.
Yeah, we're watching this Furia and XD positioned in a possible fight, as Memgod has his sights on the house where the players from XD are, and that Shoes Miners are coming for that fight as well. They dropped below Furia, and this might be a problem for all those teams, and XD is the first one having problems. Memgod just put a player down from XD. It's Brenin, he's down. He has to use the med kit over there as all the players from XD gather up to start that fight as well. Memgod tries to find a few rounds over there, but with no success, and he will retreat. But the Netshoes Miners are still close, Carol.
And we saw that in Kalahari, the first match in Kalahari, we saw that Furia and XD, not XD, sorry, but Furia, they were in this exactly same position when they engage against another team. And look at this scenario right now, Marcelo. Amazon Crips and Meta.
Look at this scenario. We have Metagaming rotating from below Amazon Crips, and it seems that GG got the information, and they're preparing to take on Metagaming, and Lost just took a few shots. The first shots are being brought into Metagaming, and they have the information that all players are there. GL and GG are rotating for the second floor of the ship, while Metagaming tries to hide into the houses. And we know Metagaming in Season 5 was one of the most strong teams in Kalahari. This season they still haven't found themselves in this map. They chose to play differently than what they played last season, and it's not paying off for them. Let's see how they will fare off against... Oh my god, that shot on GL! Kawe doing an incredible tricky shot below the ice and sending the first player down. It's GL, but now Lost is on the floor as well. Kawe has an inch of life left, while Lost is trying to be recovered by his teammates, and he does. Metagaming keeps their 4 players with a nice team play, but now we have SS Esports and Loud going at each other once again. Those two teams face off a lot in Kalahari, and now Lost is trying to get the players from Amazon Crips. Salis is on the floor, will be sent back to the lobby as well. Now Amazon Crips losing 2 players, 2 important players in this matchup, the 2 first players of the match. Now they are in a huge predicament, while XD fights against Furia and sends Gusta to the lobby. Angelo gets the kills on the players from Furia. Now the shots are coming from above, and Master puts Xian down with a nice headshot. Kawe has to protect Kawe has to protect Yan over there. while Gimons tries to fight Master. And Netshoes Miners are engaging into that fight between Furia and she's there also. Gimons goes down. GG tries to keep Amazon Crypt alive. Giannis is using the grenades to get Master. He does a lot of damage on Master right now, but Noda sent down one player and Yan went down. I don't know who sent Yan down. Lost is trying to go for Master. He puts Master down.
Was the safe zone.
It was the safe.
Yeah.
It was the safe zone that took down Yan. And now Metagaming has 4 players while the last player from Amazon Crypts is running for his life. Tough matchup for Metagaming. They didn't have the better positioning and still they won the fight against Amazon Crypts, Carol.
Yes, they won the fight against Amazon Crypts, but they only got three kills, right? If I'm not mistaken. But right now we're going to watch Loud and SS Sports
Going at each other. As Noda sends MTS back to the lobby and Bravox is sent back to the lobby as well. It's debatable if he should be in the game right now. But now we'll be hosting a few invitations in his watchtower and Phoenix sends him down. But he sent Boot on down and now they will finish off Will over there. And I'm sad because Will is in my team.
Right. I said that we should keep the attention for the teams that got replacements. And right now Loud is not looking very good again. Yesterday that happened exactly same thing. Sadly, yesterday they went back in the lobby in Kalahari when they did this replacement with Bravox and Kronos. They went back in the 10th place. Right now they are about to go in the 12th place. I mean,
Carol, I believe that this strategy of taking the support of the game and giving the role to other player, a more aggressive player, might work in a team where the support is not an important player such as Kronos.
Is not so needed.
So I don't believe that Loud should insist in that strategy. It didn't pay off yesterday and it's not paying off today. And now we see Mamute trying to get the players from Metagaming rotating under the mountain. We still ain't got no teams wiped out and sent back to the lobby. And Los Grandes might try to do it against Metagaming. Let's see if they will be able to, while K1 sends Phoenix to the floor. And the fight between Loud and SS Sports continues on the other side of the map. And now we get to watch that fight going on. Jubinha rotating, trying to get to K1. While K1 rotates, he runs away from the big dog and now he is down. But On gets the kill on K1. And now there's only one player to fight for Loud, which is Noda. And he is running away for his life, closing into the playground. While the last player from Amazon Crypts also gets closer. And SS Sports may get a few kills over there. A few free kills for them, Carol.
And we are watching right now the safe zone shrinking even more. Refinery, where before is placed right now, is still got a little bit of space inside of the late stages of the game, and they are looking very strong with the full squad alive, but they will find some problems because they are also the door holders, and Tropa is coming to contest their place.
Tropa is coming to contest indeed. We know the refinery is be forced to take, but Tropa don't like settlements, but Lobato don't like Tropa. He just used the grenades to put the tree down, and now he is trying to hold on the players below the refinery, but Lobato once again put Skillet down. One player is already sent back to the lobby, and now Lobato gets Skillet down and sent back to the lobby as well. SS Sports is wiped out by Los Grandes, who came as Madman and took them off. While She's still fighting with Furia, Angelo puts Bemga down. Let's see how Lobato will deal with the 2 players remaining from Tropa. And now they are fighting inside of the danger zone. Furia and She's Dead. Kill gets the kill on Biogard. Yes, 1 point for me on the SS squad. Now we have She's Dead trying to wipe out Furia once again. If Furia goes down with no points once again, that would be one of the worst days in Furia's history in LBFF. While we check this fight going on between Metagaming and before. Metagaming is still trying to contest that space as well as Tropa. Lobato sends 2 players down. Prozin puts Gimons down and Kawe finishes off Kawe. Prozin is using the grenades. He's doing an amazing job keeping the refinery 2v4. He holds on everybody, and Furia gets wiped out with only 2 points by positioning, no points by kills. And now we have She's there fighting Los Grandes and having trouble to deal with an unexpected fight once again. Mamute puts Brenin down. There's only Louis Guinet to fight for She's there, and he will be searched and looked for by the last players of Los Grandes. MVR goes face to face with Louis Guinet, and he sends down the whole squad of She's there. 5 kills for MVR. He is insane in this Kalahari map. And as we said, Carol, Los Grandes came for the day as one of the best teams in Kalahari. They can do it again. Metagaming is off because B4 got to defend the refinery once again, Carol.
Yes, exactly. They are doing an amazing job of it, looking very strong. But also, we gotta see that Fluxo team is still alive, Marcelo. Now it is time for them to redeem themselves of the bad matches they had.
Let's see how they will do it, because they are trying to deal with the players from Netshoes Miners. Broil was ahead of them and trying to get their positioning before lost 2 players down, and they are trying to deal with Fluxo, but they also have to deal with the players from Netshoes Miners. Fluxo is sent back to the lobby. Before got the kills. 9 kills on the hands of Before. They still have 2 players and they are still defending the high ground. Tropa is back on the lobby. Now MVR gets 1 more kill. He gets 6 in this map. He's far away. Los Grandes is in the open. They are being targeted by every team that are still standing. Mamute goes down. Real is trying to keep themselves alive. We still haven't talked about Real. They are still in this matchup. Now, VM7 is trying to break the ice and get MVR over there. MVR rotates, tries to run, but he will have some trouble. Gus puts Natividade down, and now VM7 gets MVR, and he will finish off MVR. He goes for Gus. He tries to get the kills. He tries to get the squad wipe on Los Grandes, and he does it. MVR and Gus could not hold it. Before now has 10 kills. They have to deal with Real, who has 6 kills, and Netshoes Miners that are below the platform that they are in right now. Let's see how the fight will go on. 2 players from 4B4, 2 players for Real, 3 players for Netshoes Miners. They are still alive. They're trying to hold on. Field goes for Autobot, and he puts Autobot to the ground. He has to deal with VM7. Now VM7 goes down for a grenade for Lobato. Now it's a 2v3 fight, but B4 has the advantage of the high ground. They will need to leave that space. They will need to leave that spot. If Netshoes Miners keep on, they can get the advantage. Lobato tries to rotate. They got the information on this rotation from Lobato. Field goes for the kill, but Lobato puts him down. He has to deal with Natividade and Rick. Iago finishes off, and Natividade is down. Before we win this fight. Can Before win this fight? Rick is still down. He has an AWM. He didn't get the quick shot submachine guns. He has a Mag 7 and he has an AWP. He's going for Lobato. He will try to deal damage. He will not be able to. Before with an amazing game. Gets the boo. Yeah, Before. The first triple booyah of the season. 14 kills. And the dominance that we expected. Kalahari is Before's to take it all.
First triple booyah of the season. I was asking for that, Marcelo. I said that twice. Will have the opportunity to have a triple booyah today? And Before did it all. Before. Thank you so much for this amazing triple booyah. And Marcelo was a triple booyah with a lot of kills. 14 kills, 9 by the hands of Lobato. And oh my goodness, what Before is doing today, destroying it. The first 2 booyahs that they got today was balanced. Okay points for the booyahs, low than 20 points. And right now, a booyah with 26 points. They kind of break the record of this season. Lobato break the records of individual kills this season, Marcelo. 9 kills in one single round. That's amazing. Before already starting the season so good, breaking records.
And João gets the win.
Getting triple booyahs. Even though João was not in the late stages of the game, Iago and Lobato guarantee that they got an amazing booyah.
But João debuts with the booyah. What
right.
an amazing player is João. He debuts with the booyah.
Now I got what you said.
And it's amazing to see what Lobato did. He got the fight. He almost got to win a 3v1 fight because he was the one standing face to face with the players of Netshoes Miners, but Netshoes Miners played it wrongly.
But yeah, even though they did play wrong, they went back to the lobby in the second position.
No, I mean the last fight.
Yeah, no, yes, I got what you said, but they went back in the second position, which give them, okay, 13 points, Los Grandes, redeemed themselves off the awfully match they had last weekend. That's the redemption time for them. Of course, on last Sunday they did quite well, but right now Netshoes Miners, 13 more points, having an opportunity to join the top 12 is still a little bit far, but not impossible if they bring the same performance in the last match in Bermuda. Everything seems working very good for teams of the Group B, Marcelo.
And Netshoes Miners with an important day. They will be on the highlights of the day, as before will be definitely on the highlights of the day. But good game by Los Grandes. We know that they are a good team in Kalahari as of right now. Real with important 14 points for them. And sad to see Amazon Creeps with no points. And 3 teams that are fighting for the top of the standings, on 4 teams fighting for the top of the standings on the second page. Tropa, Fluxo, Loud, and SS Esports.
Yes, exactly, amazing. And unfortunately, Marcelo, Amazon Creeps 0 points again. Last match in Purgatory, 1 single point for 1 kill. Not for position. And in Bermuda, they had such an amazing match. I thought they will bring this same game for Purgatorio, but they didn't. Right now in Kalahari, really bad again. And they will be, they are in danger to go to the relegation zone.
They are in danger of a direct relegation for Serie B with no participation in the Access group. And the standings will say it for itself, right, Carol? The standings
Yes.
are coming on the screen for you guys to check out. And we have B4 as the new leaders and with an amazing advantage against Fluxo. We remind you, before started the day, outside of the top 5. And now they are the leaders with 19 points ahead of Fluxo and Loud, 20 points ahead of Metagaming and Tropa. Double tie-ups in the second and the fourth position.
Actually, before it started the round yesterday, in the 11th position, Marcelo. How great were for them to start in the 11th position and by the end of the day finishing in the first one.
124 points for them in this weekend.
What they did. That's amazing. And they got the point. They got the point of this whole competition. You know, even though they went bad last weekend, they rise up and right now they are all the way to the first place. And I'm liking to see a new face in the first place, Marcelo.
And Carol, what amazes me is Furia lost the 17th position to Hell. They are disappointing this season, and Netshoes Miners are now 5 points behind TSM to get into the top 12. A team that was in danger of getting to the relegation zone, having an amazing day, having a booyah, finding some good points. They might end up inside of the top 12.
If they not go back to the lobby in the 12th or 11th position in Bermuda map, which it is going to be a crucial match for them, Netshoes Miners and before can definitely sleep very well. They will Netshoes Miners will sleep inside of the top 12. Before will definitely sleep in the first place. So looking good, looking strong. Our table, we are going back to the normal order. Unfortunately, definitely not a good weekend again for Furia team. Real Sports getting the points that they needed. I don't even remember Furia team in this last match.
They were just destroyed by Xday. Remember, they started that fight from the top down on Xday, and then they did nothing.
I remember that, but I quite don't remember them at all today.
They just disappeared.
Yes, they are disappearing. They are disappointing.
And it's sad to see such an organization such as Furia getting those bad results. They need to bring up their game as soon as possible, as Real. And we need to get our hydration high as soon as possible. So we'll be back in a minute. Put on the big dog, leading the charge with Phoenix by his side. He's going for Memgard and he gets the shot on Memgard. Phoenix puts Memgard down. Now BL got falls for Juminha. SS Esports working with 3 frontliners and doing a good job in this fight against Furia. They just destroyed Furia. They took no sense about Furia, and now they have 9 kills in this matchup. We are back live, and those guys are also back live, and they're getting ready for the last map of the day. Cias and we had Cias and Fak over there with their cell phones over here, with their mobile over here, getting ready and going for the warm-up rounds before the actual drop. And Carol, your expectations for Bermuda can be for increase their leadership.
Definitely they do. But actually, they are very Loud in Fluxo team are very close of before, so I'm pretty much sure much of these things will change right now, Marcelo. My expectations go for the teams that belong to the Group C. They have the double rounds to change their game in their favor. So let's see what's going to happen.
Let's check out what's going to happen, because I mean, we're good to take off. So let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R66 heading straight to Bermuda. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini. And by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
It is indeed time to drop, and let's go back to the last time, to our final destination in Bermuda map right now. And let's see what these teams that belong to the Group B and Group C will bring to us, because Amazon Crips, Fluxo, Los Grandes Nexus Miners, SS Sports, XD, and before Furia, Loud, Metagame, Real Sports, and Tropa were no joking today.
Once again, the fight going on in Sentosa between Amazon Crips and Netshoes Miners, and that fight happened in our first map of the day. Amazon Crips took the best of Netshoes Miners, and that sent Netshoes Miners back to the lobby with only 1 point. Let's see if Amazon Crips will hold once again the eagerness of Netshoes Miners to take their spot inside of the top 12 away from them, Carol.
Yes, right now it seems that Netshoes Miners retrieve a little bit, because the point is, when you go to Sentosa, it is the same thing with Brasilia. Brasilia, there is the upper side, the middle, and the below side, of course, the downside. And in Sentosa, it is the same. You have the middle, you have the left and the right side. So Netshoes Miners are now going to the the below side, the left side of Sentosa, getting few loot and equipments, and heading to the Mars Electrics, which I think it's more smart of them once they cannot be paired for the fight against of Amazon Crips. And right now they know it is crucial for them not to get 0 points.
They're going for a more conservative game, right?
Exactly, they are going to a hold back game. So I think they are being smart, at least right now.
Let's see if Furia will be smarter for this matchup. As we see, they rotating to Catulishwa and avoiding Loud that was nearing their placement. Furia, which last season was a team that fought for Clock Tower, that went for the fight in a few spots of the map, now playing a game that It's not what we're used to from the teams coached by Altman, right?
Yes, exactly. We know that Coach Ochman has a history not only in LBFF but in the competitive scenario of Free Fire. He is known to be one of the coach that bring teams a lot of titles, and such a shame that in LBFF that's not working so good for him so far. We know this is the 30 weekend of LBFF, but we know how crucial it is the first weekends to open big gaps, to open big points ahead of the other teams. But also we know that when we get to the final, we go to 0 points, even though we get, if you are inside of the top 12, you are for sure going to play the finals. But if you're inside of the top 12 and in the first place, you're going to fight with 12 points in your advantage.
Let's see who will have advantage in this fight. We have Tropa and Metagaming engaging. Tropa coming from below. Metagaming has the upper side advantage, the upper ground advantage, but D3 put Ian down, and now Tropa has the numbers advantage in this fight. We have Gimons dealing with them ahead of the team. They are inside of Gimon's chrono, and Gimon's put Moreira down. D3 brings it back, and D3 puts Kawe down as well. 2 players down from Metagaming, and now the fight is coming. D3 gets 2 players down. The first blood is on D3's hands. He gets 1 more kill. 3 kills on D3's hand. And Tropa just forced Metagaming out of contention. Lost took off, and he's going for Bimazak because the boys are back, Carol.
The boys are definitely back, Marcelo, and they are trying to redeem themselves, like we just said. And Metagaming going down to one player. It is really bad for the game, where they were also starting the day really good on points to get maybe the fight over the leadership, and right now they are really bad. And talking about bad, we are just watching Furia team doing their rotation. They did a critical rotation this time. They left the observatory really fast. They went to Catalysian, and right now they are already in Bimazak, trying to at least figure it out what's going to be the next stage of the game, which I personally think right now they should definitely prioritize their positions to at least get a good position inside of the top 6, I would say, Marcelo. We know that the top 6 is where you guarantee most of your points.
And let's see if Furia will get to a good positioning for the late stages of the game. As we see the rotation going on, as Carol pointed out, they are early in their rotation, and it's important. The current meta game asks you to be quick in the rotations. As we see, Tropa probably going for the players from Fluxo. Fluxo wants a better matchup right now because they lost the advantage they had after the first matchup, and they lost the lead before has the lead or has the center of the safe zone for this last map of the day. Imagine before going for the Quadrabuia, Carol.
That will be history, because I don't think that ever happened in LBFF. We had triple booyahs, amazing triple booyahs coming, for example, as Esports in the first week of LBFF Season 5. But we never had a quadra booyah. I'm so down for that, Marcel. If before wanted to do that, I won't matter. So go for it.
Let's see.
I won't mind.
What will happen in this matchup, as we have Los Grandes sneaking past Furia over the dam, near the dam, and now they're doing their rotation, trying to get to the center of the map. You know that a few teams like to go to the center of the map early in the game, and they might find some confrontations right now, but they might find a confrontation between them and SS Esports. That's what I was going to say. And MTS just put down one of the players from Los Grandes. They have the higher ground advantage, and MTS is trying to find the shots on the other players from Los Grandes. The player that went out will be helped by his teammates, and now Los Grandes is more aware that they are being targeted from above, Carol.
Yes, exactly. But do you remember when we were talking about not only the read-to-run strategy, actually the read-and-run strategy, why it's working so good at this season? Because during the rotations, you have to try to open your way to get a good position. And as Esports blocking the way of Los Grandes guarantee that they stay in their position. So it's working for them to at least scare off a little bit Los Grandes to not invade their space over there. And right now they are aware of that, but they also have to fight against the unsafe zone that will come eventually. And right now, Bimazak's trip, there it is. Real Sports and Fury, and we have a coming back happening again.
But Real is also being targeted by Metagaming. We have
The last player.
the last player from Metagaming was trying to take some shots on VM7, and now this at least alarms the players from Real, who now need to. They don't know who is taking the shots on them, so they need to be aware of that. They need to be aware of that, and let's see if that will take the importance, take the focus of this fight from Real. Furia is now trying to rotate. They have the advantage of positioning. Real is out in the open. The grenades are coming in, trying to take Hatin out of the watchtower. But BL is also using the grenades to try to put pressure on the players from Real. More grenades coming in. Tatu is down. Nice grenade by Hatin. He is now going over. Gusta is on the floor as well. Fon puts Gusta back to the lobby. But Furia has the advantage. 2 players are down. Will brings it back. And Loud is engaging into this fight as well. They might take Furia down and out of the game. That would be awful for Furia. And they are going for it. Will gets the kill on Bielgad. While we have VM7 still rotating, and God trying to save himself, trying to save his skin, and trying to keep Furia in the game. 2 players still alive for Real. They're going for the fight, and God gets the kill on VM7. 1 more point for Furia. An important point for Furia as Loud is going for the fight. Furia goes down in the 12th place, and Real goes out in the 11th place. Awful moment for those 2 teams on the bottom of the table, to be destroyed by Loud, who wants to bring it back. But we have also Amazon Crips going for the fight against XD. GL is on the floor. He's being helped. No, he's not being helped. He's nearing Brenin, and he will be eliminated. Master is trying to get some shots over there to help his player remain alive. But we have Desane kill, and we have Luignet, and we have Brenin fighting for XD. 3 players also fighting for the Amazon Creep squad. GG goes up. Salis puts Luig's net back on the floor with a good shot with his sniper. 4 players fighting for Amazon Creeps because GG was helped and GL was helped as well. Brenny is inside of the storage house. GG is over there as well. He has the shotgun, and GL came like a madman with the double vector. It puts Brenning down, and now he has to deal with Desane kill. Desane puts GL down, and Salis will bring it back. XD is back on the lobby, and the Amazon Creep squad got the kill, got the squad wipe, and got the points. They are into the game, and they are trying to leave the relegation zone as further away as possible. Since Furia is out, since Real is out, since XD is now out, Amazon Crips may go higher in the spots of the table. Now Netshoes Miners is trying to hold on Loud to only the kills that they got on that fight against Real and Furia. Now they're rotating, they are leaving Bimazak's trip, going towards Catolisto, but they have to edge the safe zone and get a better spot for them inside of the safe zone. And look at Lost going for the hiding strategy, Carol.
He's definitely not lost. He's definitely playing the Scooby-Doo strategy, like you love to say, to talk, that he's hiding. He's doing what he can do, which it is right now crucial for him to get a good position, to get points for position for his team, Marcelo.
Let's see how Netshoes Miners will engage into this fight against Loud. We saw Bro over there trying to find the grenade shots, but he chose not to go for the fight. Probably Netshoes chose to rotate, to go for another strategy, as Loud did as well. Bimazak will be the door of the safe zone, as Metagaming has only lost. They will not engage into a fight against Netshoes Miners, against Loud. Lost is only trying to keep Metagaming alive to get some points, and look at how he is moving. He's silently moving, not to call for attention, not to get any players targeting him. Broilo might end up finding him by accident, but it seems that Lost will go for the safe game up until the end.
And actually, Nexus Miners, they are doing what we were expecting when they decided not to engage in the early fight against Amazon Crips. Right now, they are prioritizing the position because they know how crucial it is this last match of Bermuda for them to at least get in the points to reach the top 12, Marcelo. It is crucial for them right now to get a good spot in this late stage of the game, and who knows, get a more approach of the 11th, 10th position.
They need 5 more points to get to the 12th position, and now they are going after the players from Loud. We see Brabox doing the front line. He went for the Kevlar number 4, Kevlar level 4, and now Netshoes Miners is closing the gap. They're trying to go for the players from Loud. And we have Hick and Field leading the charge. The ice is used, but Brabox puts Hick to the floor. Nice shotgun shot, nice bow shot by Brabox. Noda puts Field as well on the floor. And now they are going for the eliminations. They are going for the kills on the players from Netshoes Miners. But before he's entering that fight, they are joining the fight, and Iago puts Brabox down. The frontliner for before is coming in to this fight. Prozin trying to use the grenades. He tries to find Brabox. And he found Brabox!
Nice.
He just found Brabox. Lobat puts Will to the ground. Now there's only K1 to fight for Loud. Let's see if he will defend the honor of Loud on that house, because before he's coming for the Quadrabuya. Will the history be written today? Let's check this out as
That cannot be possible.
Tropa goes for the players of Amazon Crips. Moreira tries the shots. GL is leading the charge, and Salis is back there. The players from Tropa are having good moments, but 2 players were down. Tropa has 3 players to fight. Moreira finishes off Master, but he has to deal with GG and GL. The duo GGL. Now, Giga and D3 will go over GG, and Amazon Crips are sent back to the lobby. Tropa already with 7 kills on their hands. Netshoes Miners are down because João just got the kill on Broilo.
Big John.
Big John. Metagaming is down as well. João once again getting the kill. 4v4. MVR is now holding the door for the players of Fluxo. Loud is sent back to the lobby because Lobato took it. Oh my god, before is coming. We have only 5 teams remaining. Before has the whole squad. Before has the wheel. They have kills. They are coming with an amazing loot, an amazing equipment. I am watching the history be made. Let's see this fight between Los Grandes and Fluxo. Los Grandes destroying Fluxo Gus with a triple kill, getting Fluxo out of the game. 4 teams is still remaining. We're getting to the 16 minutes mark.
Nice stuff coming from Tropa, Marcelo. Looking strong.
Tropa looking strong as indeed, Carol. And now they are going for the players from SS Esports. SS tries to find the shots on the players from before. And now we have before with an advantage of positioning. They're taking the center of the safe zone. They're taking the high ground, and they have to deal with less teams than the other teams. Let's see how this will happen. Los Grandes is going after the players from Tropa. MVR is leading the charge. We have Gus over there as well with the grenades, and they are closing on. Cebolinha is using the grenades, but Giga just killed himself with the grenade launcher. Tropa is sent back to the lobby. Iago helped out. Mamute puts João down, and he sends João to the floor. Important kill on the players from before. We have SS Esports coming from above. They have to deal with Los Grandes. MTS goes down. Jubinha puts MVR back to the lobby as well. SS Esports has to deal with Los Grandes before dealing with before. Let's see how this will happen. Grenades from MTS. And oh my god, MTS! The triple kill with the grenades! Now Jubinha and MTS are with a low health, but they still have some medkits to help themselves get up. But we have 3 players from before. Will it be the quadra kill?
No
Will
way.
it be the quadra booyah? I can't imagine this happening. It's a 4-on-3 matchup. We have before with 7 kills against SS Esports. How this will happen, how this will fare off. MTS goes down by the aim of Prozin. He tries to go after Jubinha and Phoenix. Amazing job by Prozin keeping himself safe. Jubinha tries to go and save MTS, but he will be in a tough spot. He will be in a tough position. While Prozin rotates, he tries to go for Phoenix. MTS is back on his feet. Amazing killer is MTS. He got the triple kill. But Lobato puts Phoenix down. But Orn is also on the floor.
my gosh.
Going for.
No way.
And for Jubin. Jubin is down. MTS gets the double kill with the grenades. Oh my god. It's a one-on-one matchup. MTS has low life. He has the grenades. He has the aim. He has the target. But Iago is going after him. Iago dances a little bit.
Woo!
And it's a quadra-booyah! The history is made! It's historical! It's a booyah before! History is written in the chapters of LBFF! What an incredible day! Before gets the historical quadra booyah!
Wow.
And they are the leaders of LBFF Season 6! Carol, we just witnessed history!
We are living history, Marcelo. Oh my freaking god, what just happened over here? The game was certainly for sure on SS Sports side, and MTS even got 2 players down. But then Iago came. We know Iago. He's a really good player. He was also on the run on the top 10 of our kill leaders. And before got a history here, Marcelo. They got a quadra booyah in one single round. That's amazing. They were definitely going to sleep as leaders of the day today. They will not only sleep like leaders, but they will sleep like leaders with 4 booyahs, breaking records before all of congratulations.
And I'm going to sleep without a voice. After that quadra booyah, that historical quadra booyah from before, I didn't imagine it was possible until last match. We started this map talking, imagine if before went for the quadra booyah.
We're just imagining, because it never happened. Marcelo and I were like, well, if it happens, okay, that's nice, because we are not putting too much expectations.
Yeah.
You know, and then they surprise us. And Marcelo, we gotta point it out that the first 2 matches where before got their booyahs were down to one were 17 points and the other one 18 points, and the last one 26 points, and this one right now 21 points. Look how the booyahs increase.
And how the confidence helped them go for the fights and get more points. But good games by SS Esports and Los Grandes and Tropa as well, gathering 15, 15, and 14 points respectively. For them, Loud and Fluxo getting to the first page, however, with few points, and B4 is getting an incredible distance on the top of the standings. And I'm honored to be able to broadcast this historical day of the LBFF, Carol.
Historical day, historical moment. But like you said, congratulations also to Los Grandes in SS Sports. Los Grandes, who had not a good last weekend. And right now, they finish it actually as the worst team on Saturday. And on Sunday, they had a redemption day. But also today, we are going to see them throughout the highlights of the day. But definitely, I gotta point it out that Los Grandes, in Bermuda specifically, they only got 5 points last weekend, and right now finishing the matches, this match in the 3rd place, it is good for them. And also SS Sports bringing the best game they have. So I'm kind of speechless right now, Marcelo, because we are living a moment over here. Quadra booyah for the very first time in the 6th edition of LBFF, but also we are seeing an amazing stuff happening. And not a quadra booyah, but with the newcomers, João, and we saw lots of times João getting kills for them, right?
And Carol, what impresses me the most is how before fared off in this weekend. They started the weekend with 125 points. The standings will be coming up on the screen for you guys to understand what happened. They now have 270 points. That means that in one weekend they got 145 points. They are ahead of Amazon Creeps just in this weekend. It's unbelievable. unbelievable.
More unbelievable, the number of the booyahs. They reached the number of booyahs of Fluxo team, but they passed.
They had one to start this weekend.
They passed in kills Fluxo team and Loud team, so they have. Right now, they have the tie break on their side. There are lots of points. They open a big gap ahead of the other teams because we see that, congratulations to Tropa, they reached the second place as well. But look how much the difference of the points for the first place and the second one.
27 points ahead of Tropa.
It's kind of two booyahs, not two booyahs, like one booyah in the second place.
And it's fun for us. It's fun, not fun, but it's interesting for us to see how the bad day from Loud and Fluxo cost them. They got ahead of Team Coda Solid. Okay, Team Coda Solid was not playing today. They needed 2 points to go ahead of Team Coda Solid. So they went ahead of Team Coda Solid, but they lost the leadership and the second position and more. Now they are pressured by Metagaming. Now they are pressured by Esports. Now they are pressured by Los Grandes. Now they are pressured by Team Coda Solid. Loud and Fluxo could have established themselves up in the tables for the weekend. Now we have the real picture with all teams with 24 maps played. They could have established themselves on the top of the standings. However, they were amassed by before today.
Yes, and Nexus Miners, they hit the goalpost again. Right now, they had an opportunity, like they are 2 points behind of Corinthians, for example. They could have been reached the 176 mark today and sleep in the top 12. Inside of the top 12, of course, and they hit the goalpost again. And that's okay because next weekend they will come with more action, but they will come against Corinthians, TSM, Bond, which is going to give them a lot of a hard time. Unfortunately, Furia team and Real Esports didn't have a good day, but we also got to point it out that even though Loud and Fluxo team started the day really good, they are also among one of the average teams of the day.
I wouldn't say average, I would say worst. They are not only the worst teams in the day because Real and Furia had awful days. But
also they got booyahs. I mean Fluxo.
Fluxo got a booyah, but Loud got an awful day.
Yes.
They got close to 30 points in this day.
It's still inside of the top 5. That's why I didn't said worst, because they are not like in the bottom like Rio and Furia.
But you know what's the biggest problem in that?
Tell me.
Before started the day with way less than 200 points.
Right.
And now they are closing into 300 after the historical quadrabuya and the hysterical quadrabuya, because I got hysterical, I know that. But that was a day that Loud and Fluxo had to perform better. We are going to check the best team on the day coming up on the screen as soon as possible for you guys to understand. It's coming up for you.
I just want to say before the best team of the day that before, of course, we are going to see the best team of the day that we are so sure that it is before. But before and Tropa did their homework. They both belong to the Group C. They had double rounds, and that's the opportunity. When you have 2 days to play, you got to open these advantage numbers ahead of the other teams, right?
86 points in the day with 4 booyahs. That's history being written. And if they played a little better in Purgatory, they didn't even need to be top 3. But if they played a little better in Purgatory, they would go over 100 points today, because what they did in Kalahari and Bermuda is plain old dominance. They took the map to themselves. That shows that Refinery is a really important position in Kalahari. That shows that Clock Tower is really important in Bermuda, and they are not being contested in these positions, Carol.
And it's amazing. In Kalahari, I don't think we have over than 40 points for a team in Kalahari like they did right now. 44 points, it's a lot. I'm already impressed with the number of the booyahs in one single day, but in each map have 36 points, 44 points, and players with both of their players in their team with 11 points. It is amazing. We are going to see Iago back in the kill leaders for sure. Who knows that Lobato will join also. Prozinho, who is a newcomer, Juan, who did it great in his debut day, right? Amazing stuff. I'm definitely impressed, Marcelo.
We are going to check the highlights of the day. Who were the 3 teams that performed better? The team with the most kills was not before. Los Grandes came for the kills as well, with Gus having an incredible day. Netshoes Miners, good day for Netshoes Miners as well. But look at who got the most kills.
The man, the legend.
41 now for him.
MTS.
41 for him. He had 28. He's not leading anymore because Killed got a few kills as well.
Yeah,
they might be close to each other, but it's now Killed, MTS, and Vitin. Now that fight for the MVP will be tougher.
But I'm really curious to see where Lobat stands right now. If he joined the top 6, where we see the pictures, or if he's among the top 10, because he did it quite well. Even Gus did as well.
Are you curious?
Today. Yes, I'm definitely curious.
So, my good director, can we go for the kill leaders? So we're going for the kill leaders. Killed and MTS are tied with 41 points.
Like you imagine, like you said, they are tying the first place. Killed, who in Purgatory in the third match got some action. Marcelo, if he started in the very first match today, he would be way ahead of all of these players right now.
He had a slow day.
He had a slow day, but even though he is going to sleep as the kill leader for now with MTS, and Gus joined the table of the kill leaders.
Lost having a good day.
I think Iago might be in the 7th place of kill leaders.
We're going to check this out, but it's impressive that in 4 days of play, we have Killed with 41, we have MTS with 41 kills, we have Vitin with 41 kills, Iago is in the 6th place, not Lobato. So those 3 guys are averaging, Carol, more than 10 kills per day of play. So impressive. Gus with an average of 9 kills per day, Lost with almost 9, Iago with almost 9 kills per day. So impressive what we've seen from those guys.
Definitely impressive. I'm pretty much sure the whole house of before right now, they are very proud of the what they did with the team, showing consistency. We saw that they started the day prioritizing personally the position. They were mainly going for position and not with the huge numbers of kills. But by the end of the day, the last 2 matches in Kalahari, in Bermuda, they went definitely for the battles, Marcelo. They went definitely after kills because they know we already have a double booyah. Why not get more booyahs today? So Kalahari, a heck of kills. And in Bermuda was no different. We are illustrated by before in the day-to-day. Fluxo team starting the day good and then all the way down. And Netshoes Miner a little time to breathe to start next week with a little bit more of advantage. But the day was marked by before. The day was indeed all B4s, and we got to check out whose days will be next week, because we have the schedule coming up for you guys to see next week. We restart our rotation. Groups A and B. Group A is the host for next season, not next week. So we have Bondi, Corinthians, Nitrox Top 10, Team Coda Solid, Team Solomid, and Vivocate hosting Amazon Crips, Fluxo, Los Grandes, Netshoes, Miners, SS Esports, and XD. And then on Sunday, we will have Group A hosting Group C with B4, Furia, Loud, Metagaming, Real, and Tropa joining the teams from Group A. And of course, you guys will be joining us. Definitely, you guys cannot miss that because there's a lot of action happening. And like I said, Netshoes Miners, they will sleep happy today. And they will have the opportunity on Saturday, start on Saturday, to come back to the top 12. So no time to miss the games next weekend, Marcelo. Carol, it was a pleasure once again to be with you. It was a pleasure to be once again with our crew and with you at home. We'll see you next week, right, Carol? That's super right. Thank you so much for being here with us the whole weekend. A lot of action. We are so thrilled to be part of this thriller moment, this historical moment. So I hope you guys have liked it. And I hope to see you guys next weekend. We see you next week. Thank you, guys. We're hitting the sky, but it's time to drop it all.